Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as it uploads to YouTube. Hey, family, guess what, man? I got a lot of work to do today, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. And let's work. We about to work today. Because on Friday, when we ended the show, Yardman, one of our constituents, he said, hey, man, y'all not answering the question about what a dog or who a dog is. You guys are just a bunch of excited fans, and you got a bunch of regular Joes, and you're getting overly excited about some regular Joes. Yeah, he's doing some work in the portal, but those ain't all dogs. So here we go again. Y'all delusional fans. Did he say delusional? Okay, maybe he ain't said delusional, but I gotta get it. I gotta put some more excitement into it. You know what I'm saying? He said y'all delusional fans are gonna get overly excited, and guess what? Kansas State, Oklahoma State, maybe even North Dakota State gonna smack your butt up and down that daggone field come 2024 when it's time to kick off, because you guys are not really assessing the situation. Because the pieces that you're getting, maybe there are a few good players that are sprinkled in there, and you guys are looking at them like they're all dogs. Are they able bodies? Nobody's going to be able to tell anything until everybody gets on that field and starts to play. But there are a few ways to tell whether the pieces that you're getting are quality pieces. So in today's show, we're going to talk about that. All right? So welcome to the show. TLP Live at noon. I'm your host, Harry B. All right? We're going to talk about that and many, many more things that we're going to talk about today in this 3-hour span. All right? And if I have to end the show early, I might just have to end the show early because we run out of material. But something tells me we might go overtime because we always got stuff to say, because there's somebody's always saying something that we got to address. We're going to address a lot of those things today. But there's been a lot going on, guys. There's been a lot of movements. I ended the show and I didn't do any Colorado videos. After Friday, I didn't touch no Colorado video. Why did I do that? Well, I'm working on a lot of constructions. I'm doing a lot of things around the house. So I'm handling a lot of my own personal business. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give them a break. We will start all of this again on Monday. We go Monday through Friday at noon. We start at noon and we go until we can't stop. We can't go no more. So let's go. All right. Today we're going to talk about the players that we're getting. All right. Are they all dogs? Or are there some bunch of regular Joes that we're getting overly excited about? Let's dig in. But you know the format of the show, guys. This is your show. This is the opportunity for you to come in here, voice your opinion. This is the show that gives you the opportunity for you to not get stuck in the comment section, for you to actually hear your voice, for you to reason with reasonable people, for you to, I don't know if you want to call it a debate, or for you to make your points heard, because sometimes typing on that keyboard, it's crazy sometimes. But let's hear your voice. Right above my head, right there on your screen, somewhere right around here, you'll see hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com, guys. You will email me, and I will send you a link, and you can come onto the show. If you have been on the show previously, use that same email. Just don't click on the same link, because the links are different every video. All right? Use that email. I'll send you a link. You come onto the show. We can debate whether you are a detractor, a hater, or whatever. Nobody cares. Just come on here as long as you're respectful. And do not use foul language, because I don't get paid if you use cuss words, okay? So as long as we can keep it respectful, we can respect each other's perspectives, each other's viewpoints, then we can have a conversation all day, because I think that's what we're lacking in our society. You have a difference of opinion. I may agree with you or I may not agree with you, but we are afraid to talk to each other for some odd reason. Even if we have differences of opinion, as long as we can be civil and respect each other's opinions, we should be able to have conversations and see why you think the way you think. All right? So, hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. Call into the show. If you are at work and you are listening, and this is like, you know what I'm saying, this is a little bit of a break for you to break up the crazy stuff that you're doing at work, then just listen. You can comment every now and then in the comment section or in the chat, or you can just listen and participate and listen to the guests that are going to come on. All right, guys? But it is Monday, and right now it is 12:06 on the East Coast. That means that it is 9:06 on the West Coast, and we are about to go in. And I got to start with my guy. Let me say hello to my guest. My computer is right here. My camera is over there. So if I don't stare up every now and then, that means I'm talking to my guest in the chat. Let me say hello to my guest, and we can get into the show. Hi, guys. What up? Shirley Kimball, what up with you? Timothy Smith, I see you in the building. Dallas is in the building. Carolina boy, how you doing? Resident Detractor, what up with you? Terrence Davey, what up? How you doing today? East Coast Cav is starting off the show with a blessing. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Give me that $5 blessing, boy. I love it. I love it. This is what I do for a living, so I appreciate the blessing and any blessing. $2, $3, $4, $5, whatever. Perm says something that stood out to me. Haters don't waste time hating on losers. That means he must be doing something right. Hey, man, East Coast Cav, we're going to get into all of that. All right. Renee Owens, how you doing today? Rodney Dinkins, what up with you? Patrick Williams, how you doing today? All right, guys, we got a good old show coming for you today. Now, this might be a little controversial because we might have to say some things that may rub off on you a little bit different, because this is the show that we allow criticism for the, let me see, why do we allow criticism? For us to think critically, right? So if you're not a critical thinker, or if you don't want to allow any type of criticism on your team, you know what I'm saying? Valerie Ellis, what up with you? If you don't like criticism or critique, then this may not be the show for you, because if it's plausible, if it makes a little bit of sense, we're going to discuss it. It doesn't have to be right. It just kind of is critical thinking. And I think critical thinking allows us to really take a deeper look, maybe look beyond some of the things that we were thinking about, or maybe even allow us to think of something that maybe our brain didn't go to. You're like, oh, maybe that makes sense. But if it doesn't, then we get to pounce, okay? If the person ain't making no sense, we get to pounce and we get them up out of here, because we got too much data on this show. Okay. Now, what are the updates? Let's go for the updates. What are the updates? Any breaking news out there before we start the show? Any updates? All right. What you mean regular Joes? What do you mean regular Joes? Able bodies, or what our resident panelist calls dead bodies. Somebody to just fill the spot. That's a regular Joe. All right? A regular player. Like, we're getting regular players because at the end of the day, we're in FBS football. We're not the only ones recruiting. Okay? Or the people that are jumping into these transfer portals, or not these transfer portals, are the folks that are jumping into the transfer portal, are they just regular players that don't want to be with their previous team, that just want a new horizon, new pasture, greener pastures? Are they just regular players? Because the real dogs are not leaving their team, right? Besides the quarterbacks, because I think everybody's losing their quarterback besides Shador. I think Shador is like the only quarterback left. Okay, Shador has to be like the only quarterback left. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so what does Hayes Fawcett says? Breaking news, former LSU edge Quincy, edge rusher, all right, that'll be on the defense, right, because he rushes on the edge. He's the guy that's like, if you got the whole line, he's closer to Travis Hunter. That's the edge, all right? He's kind of like right there on the edge, and then he kind of runs. He tries to get in there diagonally. That's the edge rusher, all right? So former edge rusher, Quincy, what's his name? Quincy Wiggins has committed to Colorado, he tells On3. He's 6'5", 265 pounds. Now, he's ranked as a top 55 recruit. He was ranked as a top 55 recruit in the class of 2022. Playing for Coach Prime is going to mean a lot to me and my family. That's always been the narrative. So to just start off, I'll put this out there while I wait for my panel to come on. While I wait for my panel to, to come up here. So listen, a lot of the recruits, because a lot of people, I see you, Kevin. I'm going to bring you on. Peter Investor, what up with you? Tyrone Hawkins, what up? We said Rodney already. We said hello to Rodney already. Valerie Ellis, how you doing today? Hope all is well. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We got a great show today, guys. We're going to talk. This is the place where you come at noon to talk about Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and his Colorado Buffs, okay? And you're the expert, guys. All right? I don't bring on no experts. I'm sure I can reach out to some people and they can come on here and share their expert opinions and stuff like that. But we're the experts. On this show, we're the experts, okay? We know what we're looking at. Okay? You see somebody not blocking. I see somebody running the ball less. I mean, what else do you need? A set of eyes? That's all you need. It's just a set of eyes. Stop playing with me, okay? You need a set of eyes. That's it. You don't need anything else. A set of eyes and a TV. And maybe a little bit of football knowledge sprinkled in there. You don't need that much. Trust me. You do not need that much to be an expert. Oh, you guys are going to fire me up. Okay. All right. Well, so we're the experts. Like, you ain't got eyes to see? Can you not see he's not blocking? Hello? It's the line's fault. Duh. You guys are special to me. We're all experts, so share your expert opinion. You either share your expert opinion in the chat or you're going to come on as a panel member and share your expertise, okay? And listen, so far the panel situation has been working. People have been respectful of each other's voices. You know what I'm saying? So when you come on and you hear other people on, just be patient. Let them share what they have to share. Others are more talkative than others. But, if you be patient, you just wait kind of like for a break in the conversation. That's how we have a good panel and people get to have a lot of a good time. All right? CP is listening to you. He was talking about DEPTH. Yes. See, Peter, I keep telling you, Coach Prime is working. Coach Prime is listening to the show. This is the only what show is hotter than this? Put it in the comments. What show is maybe you shouldn't put it in the comments. Maybe somebody's hotter than us. I don't know any other show that's hotter than us. We are worldwide, okay? TLP Sports Club, live at noon. We're worldwide. We got people from South Africa. We got people from the Philippines. We got people from Australia, all around the world watching and participating in our chat. And we're talking Colorado Buffs football. I don't think anybody's hotter than us, but I could be wrong, okay? Okay? I could be wrong. I think I'm going after DMVR Buffs, okay? They have a lot of knowledge and stuff, and they got like Jake Schwarznick, They got a bunch of cool stuff because they've been around for so long. But I'm coming for you, DMVR Buffs. I'm coming. We coming for you, bruh. Stop playing with me. That's who I'm coming for, okay? Now, Chico, maybe I'm coming for Chico too, but I don't know. Chico's a nice dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messing with Chico. Chico's dude. He's cool. I'm not coming for Chico. But I want Chico to eat, but I'm coming for DMVR Buffs. Stop playing with me, okay? I'm coming for all of y'all. Oh, Harry B, let's get the show going, man. All right, so a lot of the recruits, whether they are on somebody else's team or whether they're coming from high school, you have to understand that Coach Prime is what, 57 years old, 57, 58 years old. So the parents of these young men are Coach Prime, are pretty much Coach Prime's, like, age ish, and or they've been watching Coach Prime for a while, so they kind of like grew up watching Coach Prime. So a lot of these parents, you know what I'm saying, they know Coach Prime, they know about him, what he's about. So when you hear a lot of these young men like Quentin saying, "Hey man, I'm playing," you know what I'm saying, like playing for Coach Prime is it's going to be a pleasure for me and my family. Like, a lot of them know Coach Prime. So a lot of the detractors, for some odd reason, when they say, "Oh, ain't nobody coming over there," or "Don't nobody want to play for Coach Prime," especially Colorado, Carolina boy, and all the other detractors, when they say, "Ain't nobody trying to play for no Coach Prime, is dead over there," or they say is if you go over there, you're killing your career. When they say that, I don't know if they're getting paid by the ops. I have no idea. But like I've said before on this show, that there have been a lot of channels and a lot of so-called Buffs fans that have been, minions that have been created to just come and talk as negative as they can to cause detractors or to cause recruits not to come here. Make it a clown show, make it seem like it's something. That their job is to just do that, to try to deter people from coming here. So, but a lot of these young men, a lot of these players, they know Coach Prime. I don't know if you guys remember when at the TCU game, when the young man, I don't know if he was a running back or somebody, when he got hurt, Coach Prime went over there, talked to him, and said, "Man, I hope you're okay." Da 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 da. And now you got one of the TCU wide receivers committing to Coach Prime. So it's like, we played against them. People said, "Don't come over here," and then a lot of players are coming over here. So what is the next? What I would say, what is the next easiest thing to do? The next easiest thing to do is to say that they're not anybody's. I think that's what it kind of boils down to. If you can't stop them from coming to Coach Prime, then I think the next thing to say or to do would be to downplay their abilities. That's why I want to talk. That's why we ended that on Friday. We ended the show on Friday with that from Yardman. So I figured maybe that's a great thing to start with the show off with on Monday. So it's now, because if you guys realize the the detractors and the haters have been real quiet, because as soon as our season ended, the noise shifted to ain't nobody going to come here, and then players will start to decommit. Like 2025 players, 2026 players started to think about decommitting. So that probably caused some people to start thinking, "Oh, look at that. Nobody wants to play for," you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to play for Coach Prime. So they started spinning that narrative. And then when Coach Prime started getting all of his guys, now they got quiet. So now we got a new narrative coming out. I'm not saying Yardman started that narrative. I'm just saying, well, now that, because you got to keep in mind, the goalpost moves for Coach Prime all the time. The goalpost is moving. So when one narrative doesn't work, then we move to the next narrative. What is the new narrative now? The new narrative is, let's move the goalpost. We move the goalpost. Kevin, I got you, man. I'm coming. 1 second. Let's change the talking point to let's downplay the young men that are coming here. So, hey, is it going to work? And you know what the goal is? The goal is always to deter anybody else from coming here. Because that's always the goal. It's like, okay, we set up a narrative to try to keep people away from here. And then the next thing is going to be to make sure that nobody else comes here. So are they afraid? Are they right? Is there something in there that maybe says that could be right, we're going to explore that, because that's what we do here on this show. If you're new to the show, we take everything into consideration. I'm a fan of the Colorado Buffs and Coach Prime, right? But on this show, we look at everything. We don't leave anything uncovered, because when the season comes, we would have discussed everything. So when you hear us talking critically, there's not ever going to be a thing where we're disparaging the team. We are talking critically. We're answering the questions that may be in the back of your head that you don't dare say, or even you don't even want to think it because you like Coach Prime so much. But over here, we're like, you know what? Let's talk about it and see if there's any plausibility there, if there's any inkling of truth in that. Let's touch it. Let's see. If we touch it, maybe we can uncover some truth in it. Maybe it'll get back to Coach Prime and he will address it, like Peter Investor says. You see what I'm saying? So if Coach Prime and his folks are watching the show because we are the fans and we're talking, you see what I'm saying? This is real. We are the fan base. So if we're talking about this stuff, then this is what we're seeing. So maybe it gets back to them and they can make some corrections. Maybe you'll start seeing Shador handing the ball off better. Maybe he's practicing that. Maybe he doesn't hold the ball as long because maybe they're thinking about that and they're going to practice. He's going to practice that. Maybe he steps inside of the pocket as opposed to keep running backwards. Maybe it does, because that's what we're uncovering. So I've invited one guest, but right above your head, guys, right above my head is right over here, hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. I've already invited one guest. We're just waiting for him to come on. You come on the show, we talk about it. All right. What do we have on the menu right now? We have a commit, or yes, we have a commit, a wide receiver commit from TCU. Let's go. There you go, Carter, with the pause. Let's go over the news, and then we'll get deeper into the show. This is a talk show. In case you did not know, this is a talk show. We come on here and we talk Buffs, okay? So it's a talk show. I will look down there in the chat and see what's going on. If there's anything for us to discuss in the chat, then we will discuss it. But the topic of the show is, are we getting Dawgs or plain old Joes? All right? Are we just getting like able bodies? All right, to put it in layman's terms, are we getting plain old players, plain old bodies like anybody else? Or are we getting Dawgs? Are there some dogs mixed in there? Or is it mostly just regular bodies that we're getting? You know, another man's trash is another man's treasure. Is that what's happening here? All right. So the reality of this thing is, guess what? Coach Prime is number one in the transfer portal. That's one thing that we got to make sure that we understand. So for those of you who may not understand what's going on, why are we asking the questions that we're asking, Coach Prime is number one in the transfer portal. Not Coach Prime, but the Buffs. The Buffs are number one in the transfer portal. That is real. All right. So a lot of folk may not want to agree to it. Yes, it's true that the players that are entering the transfer portal are not all top-rated players. But how do you grade the transfer portal? How do you look at the transfer portal and make sense out of it? Because each player has a rating number. All right? You take the rating number of that player from the transfer portal and you apply it to what they are capable of doing and what they did previously on their previous team, and you give them a rating. So that rating is going to let you know whether you're getting a decent quality player or you're just getting an able body. So if you look on your screen, guys, which way do I go? Do I go this way? Let's go this way. All right, let me go this way. If you look right there on your screen, I'm looking at Colorado. Their score right now, the points, all right, 247.32. Number 2 is Texas Tech, TCU, and then UCF. Now, if we talk about Big 12, guys, if we're talking about Big 12, if you look at that right there, all right, there's an average there, average 89.63. average 88.5. We got 23 commits. But if you're looking at the points, the point value is based on, I would say, the capability of the players, or I guess their ranking. How the point, all right, because these are not just like, these are starters that Coach Prime is getting. So if we're going to say, okay, Coach Prime is not necessarily getting any quality players, then somebody got some explaining to do. You got to be able to explain what you see on your screen. Like, what does 247 that's a coincidence right there. 247 means. All right. So let's look at our competition. Let me take this off the screen for a second. We got Texas Tech, TCU, UCF. Let's look at it, guys. Let me go on this side. Switch it up a little bit. Wrong way. There we go. All right. So we're looking at, let's look at it. We got, where they at? Texas Tech, UCF. So in the Big 12, what it looks like is we're ranked above the Big 12. We are ranked in the Big 12. We're ranked number 1 in the transfer portal, but as it pertains to the Big 12, we're crushing it. We're ranked number 1 above UCF, Texas Tech, and who else? What else we got? Let me see. And who else? TCU, Texas Tech, TCU, UCF. So to make the argument, right now, Coach Prime would be, he's solid. So how is it that some people are saying that this is not how this works? The way that it works is, who are the players? What was their contribution? Contribution, right? Let me put my African language in it. What was their contribution on their previous team? How were they rated? How were they ranked? So if they're ranked, you got to rank that entire thing. So how does that play out? When you're number 1 in the transfer portal, you're not just getting just anybody, you're getting quality players. That's the argument. Anybody else out there disagrees with this concept, then hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. Right above my head, right here, right over here. Email me, come on the show, let's talk about this. Yardman, I'm waiting for you. If you're not too busy running around the city doing your work, come on here. Let's talk about why is it that the transfer portal ranking, being number 1 in the transfer portal, is not enough, so that we can understand. Maybe we're missing something, but that's how you set it up. Okay? That's how you set it up. So it can be that, okay, well, this team, if somebody else was ranked number 1, just like we were ranked number 1 in 2023, we were ranked last year, we're still ranked number 1. So make it make sense so that the rest of us can understand what's going on. Or why are we getting distraction when it comes to being number 1 in the transfer portal? Because those players that we're getting, it says that we are ranked number 1 overall because of the players that we are getting. Starters from other teams, and we even got a quarterback. All right. So why is it that we're not getting quality players? We're just getting regular Joes. So unless you're just a regular detractor that doesn't understand the system, and if you're the type of detractor that doesn't really, I guess, apply data, you are just a loose detractor with nothing, because you just like to just maybe agitate the fan base, the ones that fall for the trap. I used to fall for that, but I realized that, oh, okay, there's levels to distraction. There's levels to trolling. All right. Once I realized that there was levels to trolling and levels to sports detractors, I said, okay, fine. There are people who make sense. Then there are people who don't make any sense at all. Their entire, I guess, existence in the sports arena is to just be agitators to actual fan bases, to actual people who like teams and they celebrate things. So there are going to be those people. Now, other people, hey, Day Young Index, the Young Index, Bull Carter has been on flip alert for weeks now. I don't know what's going on. I don't why we keep talking about Bull Carter. And then Day Young Index says that team's going 11-1 at least. We've been talking about the possibilities. I don't see 11-1. If you see 11-1, tell me what teams you see us. Well, that's every team except one. Who are we losing to? And are we losing because they're better than us, or are we actually losing to them just because it's football? Just because somebody's got to lose? I would love to have that conversation. Rudy Wright said, Rudy Wright, how you doing? KMS, what's up with you? Capio, what up with you? Because Boo went for a visit to CU. Well, yeah, I mean, Boo Carter's been around for CU for a while, but he decided he wasn't coming here. So why is it now important? Why is Boo Carter important now? Like, this is not his first visit. This is, guys, understand, this is not Boo Carter's first visit. Until it happens, I'll stay out of it. I'll stay out of the Boo situation. So I'm not, you know what? I watched a video today. I'll tell you guys this. I watched a video today, and the guy was like, yo, did Aaron Carter really, did Aaron Carter, who was it? Who was the channel I was watching? Big Snacks? You guys probably know Big Snacks, right? I don't know Big Snacks. This is my first time seeing his channel. Big Snacks was like, yo, is the Aaron Carter Butler. Did I say Aaron Carter? I'm telling my age. The Aaron Carter, right? The Aaron Butler really decommit. And I was watching the video and I was like, did he really? I'm like, yeah, of course he decommitted. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the idea that he was posing was Coach Prime is being Michael Jackson. He didn't say Coach Prime was being Michael Jackson, but if you guys remember Michael Jackson, you know, his soul rest in power, Michael Jackson used to do these things to stay in the media, to stay relevant. He used to like put himself in incubators, hang his baby. He would hang his baby by 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? On the, you know, just to kind of like agitate the troll the media. He would do crazy things, right? So do you guys think that Coach Prime and Aaron Butler are trolling the media? This is just a loose thing. I don't like to deal with conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but do y'all think Coach Prime plays that media game when it comes to like, hey, listen, let's come up with something, Aaron. You, Mr. Butler, let's do this. Let's say you're gonna decommit because we wanna increase your value. So you're gonna decommit, and then on Wednesday, on early signing day, you're gonna sign with us, and then the whole world is gonna go crazy about it. Is that plausible, guys? Is that something that you guys are even thinking like it's possible? I don't think so, but it was entertaining. The way he was putting it was kind of entertaining. So I was like, maybe, but I don't think Coach Prime is Michael Jackson. I don't think Coach Prime can pull a Michael Jackson. It's not in his blood. I just feel like I don't know him that well to say that is beyond Coach Prime, because he is savvy. But can we even entertain for 1 second that Coach Prime could pull a Michael Jackson, where he's going to be planting things in the media just to increase value? I don't know, man. Anyways, anybody out there thinking that, do y'all think that's possible? Y'all let me know. You're right. Anything is possible, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. Let me send some more invitations so we can have more people come on the show. We can get this thing cracking. Because when the panel comes on, boy, I start throwing out questions to the panel. They start fumbling all over the place. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes they get me, sometimes I get them. But we make a lot of sense once we start talking. But that's a question. Do y'all think that Coach Prime could put a Michael Jackson where he plants something in the media just to trick us to increase the value of a player? And the panel that's coming on, that's gonna be your first question. I want us to talk about that. Yeah, I mean it's something. It's entertaining, but I doubt it. The only reason why I think is a little bit. It can have a little bit of credence to it. Is because like Aaron Butler was so bullish, like ending your college career. I mean your high school career early to get to Boulder early, and like making videos and saying, man, yeah, I'm gonna, like, the way that he was talking was so, it was so like enticing. I was like, man, this is gotta be right. Like something what he said, and then what the guy said was that he said that his reason was, give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. The reason that he gave was like, oh, Coach Prime was not accessible anymore. That when he said that, I was like, he got me thinking, like, wait, Coach Prime was not accessible anymore. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, why are you making this crazy thing you're saying sound so good? What's the guy name again? What's the guy? Come on, Big Snacks. I said, Big Snacks. Why are you making this crazy thing you're saying sound so plausible? It sounds like it got some credence to it. I'm like, come on, man. Don't be saying this crazy stuff. But yeah, he's like, Coach Prime was no longer accessible. Like Coach Prime got so busy that he no longer wanted to talk to Aaron Butler. When he said that, I was like, dang, he got a point there, bro. Why would Coach Prime not be accessible to a two-way player like Travis Hunter? Somebody like an Aaron Butler who's so like, who really wants to play for Coach Prime, and Coach Prime would ghost a dude like that? All right, Flocka, what do you think, man? Flocka, what up, man? Welcome to the show. Happy Monday, man. How you doing?
Happy Monday. What up? What up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Is there any credence to what I'm talking about? Like what Big Snacks is saying, that Aaron Butler may not have decommitted, or you think Coach Prime is playing a little bit of the media game, trying to like ante up on Aaron Butler's value? You think is there any credit to that?
Nah, I don't think it's any credit to that at all. Coach Prime got all the clout in the world, man. He don't really need more, honestly.
Not for him, not for Coach Prime, but for Aaron Butler to increase his value.
I mean, if Aaron Butler coming to see you, he gonna have all the lights on him regardless. So I don't know what it really achieves, honestly.
Well, when according to this guy, I'm just entertaining it just for a few minutes, but
Nah, I understand.
According to Duke, he's like, yo, how can Coach Prime not be available to one of his top recruits, like a two-way player like Travis Hunter, and he's a dog. He's a real dog. How can Coach Prime ghost him? Because that was the biggest thing. He said Coach Prime, the dad said Coach Prime was not available anymore.
I mean, what does he need to really be available for? They ain't start practice or nothing yet. So what does he really need to be available for?
If you got questions,
I'm sure he got all the questions he needed on his first visit, unless he want to call Coach Prime and ask if he's starting off the rip. Which Prime ain't doing that.
Come on, man.
You got to work for that spot.
Stop making sense. Just go into the crazies with me for a second. I'm not ready for you to start making sense yet. You're trying to kill this thing, man. Don't kill it yet, man. We need the drama. Come on, man. I thought we had a meeting in the green room. That you supposed to go along with it for a second. Like, come on. Okay, so that makes sense. So you're like, why would somebody be calling Coach Prime, and what type of questions they may have?
Yeah, because I think his dad played with Prime, so it's like, what you really? Unless he think he gonna get a starting role off the rip, which I don't see that happening. That receiver room is real deep, and I think that's his primary position.
I mean, it sounded correct, but I'm like, okay, so now that like you just that one statement, you just killed the whole thing. But now it's like, damn, where do I go from there? Because I'm like, it sounded correct because I'm like, well, if he was trying to contact Coach Prime and Coach Prime got ghost, let's just allow it for 1 second, right? Let's just say he had a valid question or he has something they wanted to discuss with Coach Prime, right? Because obviously you got the recruiting department where you don't need to have Coach Prime on the phone every day. This ain't your girl. Y'all don't need to be on the phone talking every day. But why would Coach Prime? What reason would Coach Prime have to ghost a high recruit like Butler?
Maybe he ain't intentionally ghosting, but Prime's a busy man. You feel me? He doing a whole lot. So I don't. Mm-hmm.
So you think do you think Coach Prime would ghost somebody like a Butler?
Nah, I don't think so. Especially if he knows his pops well. I don't think he'd just ghost him like that.
So okay, but that was one of the biggest reasons why they said why Pops and Butler said they weren't going to be they were decommitting because Coach Prime kind of ghosted them. I mean, because if you look at it, man,
it sounds like they wanted to be coddled, man. You feel me? It sounds a little soft, honestly.
But that's why I wanted to. That's why I'm like, I wonder if this guy is true. Where maybe he really didn't decommit, because that reason was like you need to give a reason if you're playing the media game. You give some type of reason in order for you to like, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of keep everything kind of coiled, and then before you know it, on early signing day, then boom, you sign, and your value. Now everybody's talking about you just like we did with Jordan Seaton. So now your value just shoots all the way up. And
see,
now
Jordan Seaton, but it's like after Jordan Seaton, how can you shock more? You can't really shock more. It's really hard to shock more than that.
Oh, you can shock more. We're talking
about you gotta think. Seaton said it was no way he was coming to us. He took us out of his last 8 and 4 and all his teams that he was going to choose, and then he went on in front of Skip Bayless, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, and so I don't think you can shock more than that.
Well, maybe it's not shock. Maybe it's just about value, upgrading value. Because let's just entertain it for a few more seconds, and Tim is going to come on and give me his perspective on this. But I'm saying, okay, let's just say the NIL deals that he's going to get, right? If the media spends a day on you, where everybody already know that you're gonna be you already decommitted, and then on signing day you sign with Coach Prime, and then it's a surprise factor to the media. Now the media people like myself and others are gonna come on here. We're gonna talk about you. That ups the attention that's on you, and that in turn gives you, you know what I'm saying?
The only reason that's debunked is because his dad says CU got the best NIL program. It's not that. That's what Aaron Butler dad said.
Man, stop making sense, man. You're supposed to be. What are you doing, bro? Let me bring Tim on. Oh man.
Where's Tim at? Yeah, bring Tim up, man.
Be quiet for a second. You're making too much sense, and it's too early. We're supposed to go with the drama so we can get more people. Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? Please disagree with Flock.
Flock, what's up, my brother?
What up?
Hey,
what up? How you doing, Tim?
Hey, I'm great, brother. I'm great. But I was gonna say that
please be on my side.
I feel like that Dion has given a blueprint to these young men, and I feel like they're using that same playbook, like you said, Flock, with Jordan Seaton. Seaton took, and me, I'm an outside the box thinker, so when I seen that happen, I was like, okay, he chose CU. He took them out. So the rest of the teams, that's the leftovers. So when he went on Skip Bayless show and announced that he was coming to CU, I was like, dang, I was right. Now, when it comes to Boo Carter and what's the other gentleman name that y'all were just talking about?
Aaron Butler.
I feel like Aaron Butler ain't out of the woods completely. I feel like that he's just doing this to get his NIL ratings, and I ain't gonna say cloud chasing, but he's working the system just like Boot Carter.
That's cloud chasing. That's exactly
that's cloud chasing. Boot Carter is doing the same thing, because if you look at Boot Carter in that interview, it looks like he really didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he looks sad.
Yeah, he was just going along. He was playing the game. So when Wednesday come around this week, I'm gonna be watching television hard. On early signing day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for Boo Carter to announce that he's coming to Colorado.
But why the change of mind and then come back like, okay, I'm coming back. What would have transpired? He needed to see more players, more dogs come through the door, or what would
I
have
think
transpired?
I think he may have, I think that, when Aaron Butler did come there, I think during that USC game, he was up there cheering them on and everything. They had a decent record. Then all of a sudden it started going downhill like a ski slope. So I feel like he may have looked at that and was like, I mean, I'm just thinking from a young man's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he's probably looking over there and seeing what Oregon's doing, what Washington's doing, what USC's doing. Is Caleb Williams coming back, or is he going to enter the draft? That type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That he's watching those things. So when he came there, yeah, it was all the hype. Aaron Butler this, Aaron Butler that. Everybody, John the Liquidator was blowing it out the water every 30 minutes. But then all of a sudden they stopped talking about him. So okay, let me do something. Let me do something to put my name back there, out on front stage. I'm looking at Jordan Seaton. I'm looking at Boo Carter. I'm just up there with them in the 247 Sports. Let me do something. Let me create something to put my name out there on the stage. No different than what you were talking about with Michael Jackson. He hung that baby over that balcony, and the world went completely crazy.
Right. So a lot of these, you think a lot of these players are playing the media game, right? Let me bring Dre in so he can what I'm saying, address some of these things, or at least some of these reasons that I'm putting out there. Hey Dre, what up with you, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what up, my guy?
How you doing today?
Trey, what up?
I'm
What
good,
up?
man. I'm good.
Are any of these things that I'm bringing up plausible, or we just fishing for drama?
Hey, bro, we y'all need to get off that Boo Carter train, man. He ain't coming to see you, man.
Okay,
Like,
bring
he's
it down.
already at Tennessee. So maybe we all need to brush up on the rules about this, but he's at Tennessee doing the bowl practices, working out. So I think he's signed, man. I think he's good to go. So I think even if he was to flip, and I don't know if he can or not, man. I think because he's on campus right now
Well,
practicing.
there's
Yeah,
rules to
he
this.
haven't signed anything.
Yeah, there's rules to this. You can't sign until
Yes.
signing day.
I know, but I'm saying, but I think it's a little bit different when you have someone who's coming for the bowl practice and actually doing things with the team.
You can do whatever you want.
Honestly,
ain't
I'm not
nobody
even.
stopping you
I'm not even.
from practicing or anything. You can do whatever you want. But
I know that, but this one I'm saying I think we just need to brush up on the rules because I was speaking with someone else about this, and they was just basically saying like, no, he can't. He's locked in. If he's practicing with the team, he's locked in, and that he can't just go like maybe after their spring game. Like he can enter, but I'm saying that's going to count as a transfer. So I think he's locked in, man. Like from my understanding of the rules,
so when you said locked in,
locked in as in he's a early signee.
but NCAA rules has specific days that you can actually put pen to pad. So
I know, but it obviously has to be a little bit different if someone is coming on campus. If you can't sign that person, but they're able to work out, they're able to take on all that risk with this kid. So it has to be an exception there, or else they wouldn't be able to practice and do all this stuff that comes with risk.
No exception.
Now, when you say practicing, I know he can't practice with them, but he can work out.
Yeah,
but he can't practice.
No. Yeah, so
ain't nobody practicing right now.
No, not practicing. Like saying
I'm talking about practicing for bowl. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking like he's suited up in pads. Like
okay.
No, he can't play in it. I'm saying he's like an official member of the team.
No way.
Except he can't. I'm saying I think that's how the rules work.
Well, once you put pen to paper, that makes you official member of the team, bro. Like I kind of know how it works.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I mean, it's obviously something different with someone who's going up there, who's enrolling, because he's technically enrolled in a school. So he's an enrollee right now. So the rules have to
Carter
be
is enrolled in where you said Texas or Tennessee?
Tennessee. He's there now.
So he's already enrolled for spring.
Yeah, he's like enrolled in class. So like obviously there's no classes going on because of the break for the new season. But he's enrolled, getting situated, getting dormitory.
Can we Google that? Can we get some facts on that? Let's fact
That's
check
what I'm
that.
saying. Yeah, that's
well,
why
I know you can get everything squared away, but if he hasn't put pen to paper, that doesn't make him.
But
because you can enroll for the spring. I can enroll for any school for the spring, but that doesn't mean anything. Now, if you're going for an athlete, then pen to paper make you official. I'm just gonna tell you from experience.
I agree with that. I understand that. What I'm saying is that so he's there now, right?
Right.
Have you heard that? He's there now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's there technically as an enrollee, right? And I was speaking with another guy on Tennessee's from Tennessee, and you can look at On3. There's an article on there, I think, from On3 talking about this, like some other recruits that came to Tennessee that's like they're like officially they're enrollees, except the only thing they can't do, so they can't put pads on and go out hitting. They can't even travel with the team is only until but I think from what I'm understanding that this guy is locked in to Tennessee.
Honestly, I'm not even too worried about Boo Carter. There's some other people I want to commit.
Me either. I don't know what the obsession is for him. Like, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, to me, he's more of a running back anyway. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see him really in the SEC DMing people up like Brock Bowers. I can't really see that.
Well, I mean, but I think, man, they was gonna recruit him as a safety though.
Nah, and a safety's gonna guard that tight end a lot of times too. So you think he go against Georgia and them 6'6" tight ends?
Yeah,
I think Boo Carter like 5'10". Huh?
You talking Georgia like we in?
You said what?
You talking Georgia like we about to play Georgia? The only
no. I said Boo Carter in the SEC, Tennessee versus Georgia. They in the SEC. So he has to go against tight ends like Brock Bowers and those big guys that they recruiting 6'6". Boo Carter's like 5'10". They're gonna kill him.
But the moral of the story for me is that I think it would be absolutely pointless on his part and actually shady if him to go all the way there, practice with them, pretty much like an enrollee, and then on Wednesday, he just dip out to Colorado. I mean, I just don't see that happening.
Well, let's clear
now who I think.
Let's clear up this language that you're using. Practice. That's not a thing. You cannot practice right now. You cannot go to the school and practice right now. As far as NCAA rules are concerned,
but I clarified
nobody practicing early. That's not a thing.
I clarified that though. I'm not saying he's putting pads on. He's there working out. He's
but
there
you can practice without pads. I just want to make sure that we clarify the language because it could confuse people in the chat.
Okay, so he's there working out. He's there working out with the team.
So it's like a Ghost Gym. He's just doing a Ghost Gym. You can.
But I'm saying, you don't think that's pretty shady of him to do all this?
Nope, not at all. Who's closest to him? What school is closest to wherever he's at right now? Did he go all the way from where he lives at to Tennessee?
He's from Tennessee. He's from Tennessee.
Okay, so then that's plus that doesn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So if he's there, he's not coming all the way to Boulder to work out.
No. So okay,
that's
so
a good point.
Are you saying he's flipping to Colorado? Is that what you're saying? Did you agree?
What's that?
You think he's going to flip?
No, I'm not on the flip. I don't care about Boo Carter because he already shaded us. So I don't care about him. I don't know if he's doing this.
Me either.
I don't know if he's doing this for media purposes, like my little dream thing I was talking about. Is he doing it for clout so that he can up his NIL value? That's what I think Aaron Butler was doing. But as far as
I don't care about Boo Carter either. I don't think you need him. But I'm saying I just keep hearing, we're gonna get Boo Carter. I'm like, bro, I don't think you need him, and I don't think he's coming.
I mean, if he comes, whatever. If you think that he's already enrolled at Tennessee and he's working out, whatever he's doing there, that doesn't mean anything because we lost players in the daggone middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that doesn't mean nothing.
But that's a little bit different though, man. That was like you only doing that if you're getting rid of those players or that person a grad transfer, which again, there's other rules that go if you're a grad transfer. So it's a lot of rules out there that people don't really understand. And I think this is one. one of those rules that we really don't have a clue like what's going on there.
Wait, but don't say we don't have a clue. We have a clue. I have made videos for the rules. So when you say we don't have a clue, like what is the rule that you're quoting, so that we can clarify that rule? What is the rule that you think?
No, this is what I'm saying. I was talking with someone else from a Tennessee channel.
Okay.
Right. Guys,
you can't be paying attention to them Tennessee channels, man.
Let me hear.
I mean, they speak some truth as well. I mean,
they said Seton flipping to Tennessee.
Okay. He hasn't signed anything, has he?
I think
he
he's about to start
it. He has not signed anything.
Right. I'm saying it's wishful thinking, just like us. It's wishful thinking with
exactly
as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, just as we can say someone is flipping, Tennessee can say the same thing. You know, he may come back. They offer him a bag too. So that's what I want us to understand. Like, even Boo Carter, like, I don't think we need him. But like I say, I was talking with this guy on there, and my understanding from how he was explaining is that, look, this guy is like an enrollee. I know you're gonna push back and say like no one until Penn. I get that, but I think there's different rules for people who's going on there to do the bowl practices. And I mean, it has to be if they can enroll, if they can go on campus. I assume the guy is living in a dormitory, like he got room and board, or unless he just.
Well, let me ask you this. I have a question for you,
sure.
Because I was a track athlete that signed to a D1 school for a while, and do you know if he's graduated yet? Like literally walked across the stage, because if not, then all that's obsolete. Like he can't enroll in nobody's college or none of that.
All right, so here goes the rules. Give me a second. Early enrollee per NCAA rules. This is from Phil. So thank you, Phil, for sending me this information. Per NCAA rules, an incoming player can practice during an official visit period immediately before initial enrollment as long as the student was accepted by the school in a regular full-time program of studies, isn't still enrolled at their previous school, and is eligible under school and NCAA requirements. So those are the rules. Like, he cannot be wherever he's at, high school or wherever he's coming from. He can't be there and then be here at the same time.
Yeah, I know that's for a fact.
That's what we're understanding as these rules that's sent by Phil. So if he's enrolled at Tennessee and he's practicing in gym shorts or whatever, lifting weights, then that means that he's no longer a high school student. He's already walked. He's already graduated, got a diploma, because when you go to a school, they need your transcript. They need everything to go through before you are at that school. So we understand that rule. Like, I don't want nobody to be confused. Like, we're not confused about the rules of college. I went to college. All right, so
now I do have some pushback on that too.
Okay.
Harry, because I wonder if, because you can take well, I don't know, every state different, but I know you could take college classes while you're in high school. So who's to say that he's not doing that as well? I'm just putting that out there.
You said take college classes in high school?
Yeah.
But is that the same thing?
School. Because we have kids here who
we're talking about enrolling
with their associate's degree. Yeah.
Is that the same thing? Taking a class and enrolling at the school? You can take classes anywhere, right?
He can't. Huh?
You can take classes somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, is that the same thing?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking a question. I wonder if that could be a point. I mean, if that could be, an argument.
Yeah, I don't know that makes him. I don't know that makes him able to play or practice with the team. And plus, ain't nobody practicing right now per NCAA rules.
Right.
Like, if we're talking about NCAA football practice,
yeah, it's probably because Tennessee got a bowl game, so I think they practicing right now.
No, but he's not practicing for that game. He's not going
to. He's not practicing for that game, but they team practicing.
Right, but he won't be allowed to practice just to be practicing. You know what I'm saying? No. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm not even really worried about Buddy. I think we got King Joseph on flip alert though.
Okay, who's King Joseph? I got a few updates to make.
The defensive end / tight end from Georgia.
Yeah, the defensive end / tight end.
He's looking at Syracuse and CU.
See, Syracuse is going to be a problem with recruiting out of Georgia. Prime is going to have trouble with that.
Syracuse just got they just got the quarterback from Ohio State, Kyle McCord. He gets committed to them too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's really not that good to me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
And then to the gentleman's point, also, what he was talking about that he was already on campus. You got the #1 quarterback in the country. He been on Nebraska campus all week, but I think he's going to flip to Georgia. He's committed to Georgia. Excuse me. I think he's going to sign with Georgia.
Who are you talking about? Who was that you were talking about?
The #1 quarterback in the country. I forgot the kid's name.
We talking high school or are we talking about in the portal?
High school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah,
okay.
Nebraska. They pushing hard for him.
I watched a couple of his games. You talking about Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, that guy. I read about
to me, he's okay. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people is gassing a lot of these young quarterbacks up. Think they're the next best thing. They got to go out there and play on that field.
Facts.
So let me post a question, guys. Remember, if you guys were on the show on Friday when Yardman said, "Hey man, you guys are overlooking and over evaluating the talent that's coming in. You guys are not really assessing dogs next. You guys are looking at puppies, and you're calling them real."
Nah, you talking about the guys that committed to us? Yeah, it is some pups up there that got to learn the game. There's a lot of guys that's got potential, but yeah, it is some guys that's some pups.
Welcome back, Dre. All right, so okay, he disconnected. Okay, so, but how do we? Okay, we got a lot of people here that they're looking to informational channels like mine and other places to gather information about what is really our what are we doing, so how do we evaluate the or assess the talent that we're getting?
Say it again.
The talent that we're getting, right? How do we correctly evaluate the talent that we're getting?
It's hard. It's hard to evaluate some of them because some of them don't got no college film at all.
You said some of them are what?
Some of them don't have no college film at all.
Well, what about the portal talent?
I'm talking about in the portal, like as far as Baby T.O., the quarterbacks we got. Like a lot of people don't really got film on them too. Some of them got film on them, some don't. Those defensive linemen, they don't really got too much film on them. So yeah, some people we going off potential. They could potentially be something.
So with all these other CU channels, everyone we get is breaking news. It's breaking news everywhere, right? So some of these talents all of these channels, we're all hyping these people. So and then we're looking at the constituencies out there. They're looking to us to provide them accurate information to say, hey man, who do we got? Can we go somewhere that has no bias to get real information about what are we looking at coming 2024 without all of this hype that's being created again? I want this show to use real evaluations so that the fan base can say, okay, you know what? We're gonna be okay, but let's not look too far down the road. And was Yardman correct? Because that's where we left off. Was he correct that we got okay players, but let's not over-evaluate them?
Yeah, some of them.
So we're looking at, okay, there's a few, like when we hear Alabama, when we hear Georgia players, these are players that maybe got 1 or 2 reps or a few reps. right, that are coming in. And when we hear those names, it's because they're coming from such big programs. We get excited, and they're breaking news. But what does that actually mean as far as like contribution? Some of those guys have not, like you said, they don't have no reps.
It means they can potentially be good. If a good school wanted them, then they obviously got some type of talent, so they could potentially be something for us. Like to me, the dogs that we recruited as of right now, people that's like proven, is probably Will Shepard and like Preston Hodges. Those is like the proven guys, and then the linemen too, like our linemen. And then the rest is a lot of potential. Like they could potentially be good.
All right, what do you think about that, Tim? So Tim, your audio is off. I can't hear you if you are talking. Disconnect your audio again, because I want people to really like, because I think, you know, a lot of us, the creators, I think a lot of us content creators, we played a part in, you know, how the base really responded to Coach Prime and how we came up. Because we can say, oh, the media, but we're media too. So what we say and how we hype these things, I think it plays a part in how we perceive, or how the base, you know, the fan base perceives everything that's coming through. And what do you think about that, Dre?
Oh, I'm back on. What's up, bro?
You're back on, man.
Hey, my bad. What was the other brother was saying before I fell off? He was asking me a question. I couldn't remember what he was saying.
Was that you, Flock? Were you asking a question?
Yeah, he said he was a
D1 athlete. That might have been Tim. I didn't ask.
He said he was a D1 athlete in track.
Yeah, that's Tim. That's Tim.
So yeah, we can talk
Is
about.
Tim back on?
Tim is on, but his audio is not working, so he might have to disconnect to reconnect. But he's not on yet. But the question is if Dre, are you? I don't know if you identify as a fan, or are you just somebody who's just a football fan?
I'm a logical fan, man. Like I'm a logical fan. I mess with.
He's a logical fan.
Logical. Hey, but let me go back to that whole thing when we was talking about practice, right? Quotation practice, right? So I'm looking up articles and things about this, right? About like Tennessee and their early enrollees. So both players graduated early, and they was talking about these two. They came from the same high school, Boo, and I think a guy named Corey, another safety, I think.
Okay.
And so there's an NCAA early enrollee rule. So that's the rule. If we
that's what Aaron Butler did, and I think Dylan Edwards did that too.
Right. So they came early to where they can, like, you know, they
practice
can
for spring and all that.
That's what I'm saying. So like, and I'm looking at it and say, which allows them to begin practicing with the Vols.
Yep.
Right. Although they're just not eligible to play in the bowl game. So my thing is like, okay, there's a rule out there because obviously he's on campus right now. So what I'm saying we need more clarification on this rule. And it seems to me like this rule will lock him in as someone who's technically, let's go technical term, that technically, you know, is enrolled at Tennessee right now. So that would make him a student, an official student at Tennessee. Like if we want to just even say technical, no, that seems to be the rule.
But do we know that he's enrolled?
I mean, he has to be if he's there practicing quotations with the team. Like, you know, you just can't go up there and practice with them. Now you can't do that unless you're like somehow enrolled with the school. So that's where, like, from my mind, I'm like, okay, this rules is a very complicated rule that no one seems to understand, but it's something to it.
Well, if you are Dylan Edwards, like what Dylan Edwards did to be ready for the spring, if you did that, then you are officially a member of that school, and you can start, you know, the activities that the school has for early enrollees. You can participate. That's what the NCAA rule says.
Yeah.
So, but as far as, I don't think there's any confusion. I think what we're missing is,
we're just stuck
he
on
really
that
enrolled, and is he, like, if he's already enrolled, he's already committed, then there's a difference there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's a commit. He's committed. He's a commit. Like he committed to Tennessee, right? And he early enrolled at Tennessee. So he's speaking with counselors to get him enrolled and situated in the whole student body atmosphere. So that makes me seem like he's a lock with Tennessee.
Okay, so
like I'm not 100% on the rule, but that's what it seems to me.
Well, you keep saying the rules, so I just want to clarify the rules. Okay, the rule.
Right, I know.
You're not confused about the rule. Let me just clarify that you're not confused about the rule. There's nothing else about the rule.
No.
If he is, then that's what we just don't know. The part we don't know is the fact is if that's what he is. But the rule is just simple. The rule is like you can early commit, you can early enroll, and you can start practicing with the team. You know what I'm saying? If they're in a playoff situation, you can't obviously play in the playoff.
So I'm saying, so knowing that rule, like, okay, is he locked in based on that rule and how you just described it? Is he locked in with Tennessee?
If he's locked in as far as that's on him. Not necessarily like there's nothing against him signing with Colorado, if that's what you're asking.
I'm saying, like, okay, now I would look at it this way. Like, even if he was to flip to Colorado, I think that would count as a transfer.
That's a good point. If he's enrolled at Tennessee and then he then commit to Colorado and signs with Colorado. That would be a transfer. That's where it gets a little murky.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm a logical fan, man. I think logical. And that makes sense. It makes sense if he's technically enrolled. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see Wednesday.
Yeah, man, I'm not even worried about Buddy. I'm not.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I don't even.
Man, Buddy, I think Buddy ranked. What he ranked in the class? Like 100 and something. He ranked like 100 and something.
Now you're trying to downplay him.
And then his buddy,
don't try to take away his NIL.
His buddy Gory. I think he's ranked like 461st. So I'm not too worried about them guys, man. We gonna do all right. I hope he do all right. I hope he do good. I hope he do good. But we all know Tennessee is probably gonna be the 6th best team in the SEC. Come on now. They just added Texas and Oklahoma. Them dudes they not winning nothing SEC in a long time coming.
But are they going to play each other? It doesn't matter if they don't play each other.
They're going to get smashed. Come on, man. We know
it don't matter.
They putting in a first-year QB.
They play high school teams, and then at the end of the day,
it's the SEC we talking about. That is run by Georgia and Bama. Now you got Texas in the mix.
They don't play each other.
Don't forget about LSU, my man.
Yeah.
LSU. Come on, Missouri did pretty good this year.
It doesn't matter.
Did you check their next year's schedule? They playing each other in the regular season. Georgia's playing Bama. Tennessee's playing Georgia. Bama. Tennessee's playing Bama. You better check the schedule. They already released it. They already released the SEC schedule, so you can bring all that up if you want to. Harry.
If Georgia plays Bama early, then
Georgia plays Bama in the regular season.
And Texas.
Really, go check the schedule. They already released. They released the SEC schedule on ESPN already. They did it, so it's out there.
Hey, but Harry, though, I think you asked me the question about like all the breaking news from all these other CU channels.
Yeah.
Like every commit is a breaking news.
Right.
I totally don't agree with that. Everyone is not. I mean, you got some good talent, but everything.
Nah, some people is like casual fans, and they really think everybody's a breaking news. Like the quarterback from Vandy we got. I think he's a tight end, but everybody think he gonna be the next after Shador. He's not. The dude career college stats is 5 for 15, 44 yards, 0 TDs and an interception. That ain't it.
But I guess it's Deion Sanders got another body. He get any dead body.
Man, you 6'7", 240. You 6'7", 240, and you like running that rock. Go play tight end, man. We pass you that ball, go run over some DBs.
We got to go all the way up to Boulder for this.
Yo, let me bring Ron on. Let me see what he thinks about that. Hey, Ron, welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Hey, thanks for having me, Harry.
Hey, what up?
I just want to say, hey, guys.
We got Flock, Dre, Tim, and now we got Ron. So, Ron, what do you think, man? Or where you calling from?
Hey, listen, I'm calling from Delaware.
Oh, that's what's up.
Listen, I just want you guys to know we're really not gonna know whether these guys pan out until they put the pads on.
Right.
We can pre-evaluate, and that's what we're all doing now.
Right.
We pre-evaluate when we look at their high school performance. The closest thing we can evaluate to tell what type of talent they have, those guys that have played on the FBS level and those guys that have laid down a track record on the FBS level.
With stats.
Now, we have individuals that have done that have laid down, a track record, and that you do have film on some of them. But the new guys, the high school level, and those guys that haven't hit the field, the only thing, even 247 and on 3, they rely on their star rating when they were in high school. And so it's hard to tell until, you know, those D linemen, those 5-star or those commits start going against Seton and the rest of the guys. And as far as an individual working out on campus, when I was at North Carolina Central, I used to go and work out at Duke and UNC. I wasn't enrolled there, but I worked out on that campus. So he could have a friend or anything.
I
Yeah.
think you're
But
describing
true evaluation is not until, you know, those coaches get them on the field in between those white lines and see who can do what.
So, but what we're looking at today, right? Because at the end of the day, we got a lot of CU channels, all right? And I'm just going to tell you, man, listen, the juice is what gives us what our views. The more you can hype something, people are going to click and they're going to view it.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we become true, like, responsible members of this community and give out information that people can actually use that's going to make them good fans, not necessarily overhype people and get them to just be like, oh my gosh, we're going to win next year. But then we get these players and they just turn out to be regular players.
Man, you got to analyze these players, man. You got to go
That's
watch
what I'm
these
trying to do
film.
on
You
this
got to
channel.
analyze all that. You'll see a lot.
And that's what I'm trying to do on this channel to try to, and people hate me for it.
You got to see the competition they versed, all that.
Yo,
that's what I was going to say. Harry, you do face a lot of pushback with those I'm a CU fan also, with a lot of CU fans, because you do ask the hard questions.
Nobody wants to answer that. Nobody want to even touch the questions when it comes to anything that has to do with, oh my gosh, that dude may not be a dog. Oh my gosh, are you coming against Coach Prime? Do you hate Coach Prime? Oh my gosh, like,
I'll touch him. I'll touch the question.
Huh?
I'll touch the question. I don't believe every person we're getting is a dog. I think a lot of it is over exaggerated. Like, so I'm based out of Bloomington, Indiana. I'm an IU fan. I'm an IU graduate.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now, the 2 guys we got from Indiana, they're solid players. You know, they went up against these big boys in the Big Ten. They're solid players.
On your screen, how do we look on this screen? Let's take a look at this screen. This was our Saturday visit. All right. How did we do? For all of you guys that are on this panel right now, let's evaluate this talent right here. All right. We look at defensive lineman Chris McClellan.
We didn't get him yet. He didn't commit to us yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you know, these are the players that if they commit, these are the ones that we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you know, breaking news. Chris committed. Breaking news. Defensive Mike Lockhart committed. Oh my gosh, we got another dog.
I think Lockhart committed somewhere else.
So Lockhart is off the table.
Yeah, I think so.
What about this Nigerian guy, this Chidozie?
He has a lot of work. I feel like he has a lot of work to do.
He's a gritty player. He's a gritty player.
He's 5'11", 295, defensive lineman.
He's a gritty player.
So he should be.
I like him for our team toughness.
So you think he's gonna bring some toughness to the locker room?
Yeah.
So is he a potential dog, or this guy's just a regular player? He's a good, decent player.
I feel like he's a regular player, in my view.
Hey, Harry B, quit playing with me, man. You see his last name. Come on.
What about the last name? What are you saying?
Hey, look, man. You know,
I feel like dog is a mentality, so I might have to call him a dog.
Hey, listen. A guy with a last name like that, man. You know, wrestling leopards and running from gorillas.
you see what he's trying to do there?
I'm not trying to. Hey, I'm telling you, I would bet my money on this. This dude's gonna be between those A gaps. That dude, he's gonna be fire.
Listen, he's in America.
I don't know about anyone.
He's in America. He's not raising no leopards. He's only dealing with Negroes in America. He's dealing with Negroes in the hood, not no lepers in Africa.
Hey, no, I wouldn't go by that though, man. I mean, we can say the same thing about Javon Antonio. They were saying this is gonna be like the next the next T.O. He ain't do nothing.
I think Brazil, Chris Brazil on that list. I think he's a dog, and then I think Preston Hodge is a dog.
What makes Brazil a dog?
Man, that dude came in freshman year and put them stats up. You can go check him. You can go check what he done. He out there making plays on film. He making them plays.
So for the panel that know him, so that's why I put this list up. So because everybody ain't a dog, and if you see anybody commit off of this list, we're gonna say if we see this wide receiver, he's a 6'5", he's like Antonio, right? He's like what?
Nah, he's more wiry. He's a skinny kid. He's more wiry, but
so
he's making plays over there. He was making plays over there at Tulane, and he's a true freshman. He ain't no senior, no junior. That's a true freshman making them plays. So that mean he still got the potential to get better, and he still put on. Yeah, he still put it on. He got like the Travis Hunter stats over there at Tulane.
Yeah,
hey,
700 yards.
Russell from TCU.
Russell from TCU is a potential player to me, but he didn't do nothing this year.
No. I know he haven't done anything at TCU, but I watched him play in Mesquite.
See, that's high school though. High school and college, two different levels. It might be a reason why. Look, he literally played in I think 3 games, and he got 0 stats at all. So he still got to do it at the college level. He still got to prove. To me, off his high school stuff, he has potential, but he got to put it on that field.
I mean anything. Because look, I'm a Cormani fan. Like Cormani was a dog in high school, but he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked in college. That's a fact.
Don't say that to Flock. Flock is gonna come for you.
Don't say that too loud.
Don't say that too loud to Flock.
The boy was getting extra baked out there.
Hey, he was getting baked, but at corner, everybody damn near gets baked.
Don't play corner.
But he got baked.
You can't say don't play corner when somebody put up 300 yards on Travis Hunter.
Right.
And Wiggins from LSU, like,
I thought he got potential.
Hey, so Tim,
I'm gonna say he a dog.
Tim, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So we're dog watching right now. All right. So everybody in the chat, Fanbase, if you're watching this video after we've done live, we want you to calm down. We want you to have a true evaluation. These guys, we are familiar with some of these players, all right? And we're giving you the real deal information where some of these players are not dogs, okay? So if we get, right now, I think Flock said, what, Chris is a dog from Tulane.
Yeah, Chris Brazil's a dog.
And Chris is a dog, and that's based on the information that we have from college, not like high school.
True freshman, too. He was doing a true freshman.
If he's 6'5", 195, and he's putting up numbers like Dylan Edwards, true freshman.
No. I didn't say Dylan Edwards. He was putting up Travis Hunter stats.
No. I'm just saying, like, you know.
No. He was putting up what Travis Hunter was putting up this year.
Like the numbers that Travis was
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
But Travis was not a true freshman this year.
That proves the point even more that he's a dog.
Yeah, he was like 44 receptions for 711.
So, that dude was putting it up.
So on our dog watch, we got a red star right there, 6'4". That's wide receiver Cordell Russell. If we get him, he already
he committed. He committed.
He's committed. I got that information.
Yep. Yeah, he's committed.
And now we got quarterback Walter Taylor.
I think he's a tight end, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You think he's gonna transfer to tight end?
I think he needs to. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think he needs to go play tight end. I'm not gonna lie.
How many years he got?
I think what is he, a sophomore? I think a redshirt sophomore, a redshirt freshman, one of the two.
He's a potential Shador replacement.
Yeah, I think he has 3 years left.
So that's a potential.
I think it was redshirt last year.
So when we say this list is a bust, because everybody was saying these are dogs, is this list a bust if we got one dog out of there?
No, I don't.
Nah, the list is not a bust.
I don't think he's a bust. I think a black quarterback with talent. I don't know if he's black now or not. That we see them as an athlete that can play different positions, and that's because of the talent level that individual may possess. I would love to see him make it as a quarterback, but like the man said, you see someone 6'7",
240 pounds, and he got some legs on him. He can move.
We want to put some pounds on him and make him a tight end. Because
man, he's 240. He's 240 pounds already.
But
talking
I
about
feel like
you
he
talking
could be
about Walker?
used next year.
Walker?
I feel like he could be used next year on
Walter
fourth down.
Taylor is 240 pounds already.
Yeah.
He damn near big. He's big. He damn near bigger than the tight end we just got from Cincinnati.
He reminds
That
me
dude
of
is
Cam
6'5",
Newton.
248.
Why you trying to do this to this quarterback? Why are you doing that?
Right. Right.
All right. So let me be fair. Let me be fair.
Yeah,
Y'all go on YouTube, type of Walter Taylor, go look at his highlights, and then y'all tell me what y'all think.
Are you converting him before he even decides to come
I gotta go off what he has done already. When your career stats is 5 for 15, 44 yards, 0 TDs in the inner, it's like I don't know. That's looking a little spooky there.
So what makes this list not a bust? If you got one,
I can't say the list is a bust because we got a lot of potentially good players.
I agree with him. Like I think Hodge is a dog, and I like
Hodge is a dog.
I think when you look at his pass breakup, I think he had like 8 pass breakup. That let me know
he had a lot of tackles too. That boy,
he go after that ball. So I mean, I think he's gonna be solid.
Wait, okay. You talking about the 5'11" kid, Preston Hodge?
Yeah, I mean he's a safety though. I mean, it's fine.
I mean, but he ain't gonna be able to see the ball coming. He's 5'11". He's my height.
He'll be all right.
Nah, he's 5'11". He's all right. He's gonna play like a slot corner.
He's a safety, right?
I think he play a lot of in the slot. So he's like corner. He could play a little safety, but he's gonna play in that slot.
That's average side for a corner.
He gonna play that nickel back.
But he's not a true safety. We're not looking at this guy.
Nah, he's gonna play in that nickel back. He gonna play right in that slot.
So we're putting him in the nickel, and we're gonna and he's a dog. What is it? College information we're talking about?
Yeah, this college information.
He got enough reps from Liberty.
Right.
His team went. They went undefeated, right? Ain't Liberty undefeated?
I think so.
Yeah, Liberty's
All right. So this is supposed to be like the defensive guys. These are supposed to be the defensive guy that we're supposed to be getting because remember now, we can't stop the run. So we got Hodge and we got a wide receiver. That's just one defense guy that we got just this weekend.
William Berry. Hey, that high school stuff is over. We got to talk about college now. I don't care what he did in high school. I just told you his college stat. Does that sound like a starting quarterback?
Y'all don't want to admit it, but
he ain't starting though. Like he ain't starting.
He ain't start, but look at his stats when he did get in. He didn't show anything, but he had legs.
Yo, I know y'all don't want to take. I'll be the real one. I'll be the hated one. I'm the one that has to deal with the people decommitting and then telling me that they're decommitting. That means unsubscribe, okay, guys, from my channel. So I'll take the heat. This list is a bust, bro. Y'all not trying to admit, but this is a bust. This list is a defensive list that's supposed to be, look at what we're getting for this weekend. These are supposed to be the visitors, but we got a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, a safe, and then the rest is supposed to be defense, and we got one dog and a half off of this list.
Yeah, we got one proven player, and then the rest is potential players.
It's a bust.
Hold on, are you saying? Hold on, wait.
I can't call it a bust.
Are you saying Wiggins is a bust? You think Wiggins gonna be a bust?
No, I don't think. I hope he plays good. I heard he got potential.
How many dogs do we have on this list? Because we're getting hyped, right?
But again, that's a mentality, man. That's a mentality. Like I'm sure everyone has an inner dog in them. It's a mentality.
Yeah, you just gotta be able to bring it out.
Guys, we're taking a more critical look in here. We're taking a more critical look as far as me asking you the questions. Hey, man, what was his production? What was this? What was that? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about mentality right now. I know that mentality stuff. We're putting away all of the Coach Prime talking points. We're getting critical. We're going for the nitty gritty. We're going for the balls, guys. Yeah. Let's go for the balls and stop talking about Coach Prime. This is not Fox News. We're not talking about talking points here.
I'm gonna say, look, I'm looking at it from a potential standpoint because, like I say, some of these guys don't have the numbers, but I mean, they was highly sought after in high school and all this. But I'm looking at a potential standpoint. I think potentially, and we'll see soon. We'll see whenever they get these pads on and have a game. I think Wiggins will be good. I think he'll be good.
And Harry, you also got to understand, CU is a potential team. We won 4 games last year, so we could potentially be good this year. So
potentially.
So we got potential players for our potential winning.
But if you are a writer and you are a sports analyst and a writer, and you're
Bro, I
looking
can't
at
go
the
off
team,
writers and sports analysts. A lot
no,
of them
no, no,
people
no, no.
didn't
Let me
even
finish
play.
this
A
thought.
lot of them people didn't even play football.
But guess what? We went off of a lot of the things that the analysts were saying. Okay, because everybody has to
I
be there
didn't. I
No.
didn't. You might have, but I ain't go off
We
of
have
what a
to.
lot of them people
That's all
say.
we got. We ain't got.
Nah, I didn't
Who
go. I
you
go.
think- when you listen
I
to
go off the
Steven
game, the
Smith,
games I watch and the film I watch. That's what I went off of.
You still got to go out there and play though, man. That's
I
what
get
we
it,
talk
but
about.
That's
listen,
it. The
the way-
analyst said we wasn't winning week 1, week 2, week 3
Flock,
before the
give me a
season
second.
started.
Flock, let me set this up. You can have the mic. Just listen for a second. The way that sports work in America, because if you listen to what's that guy from the comedian from South Africa, if you listen to him, right, Trevor Noah, he says Americans love sports so much. We have the pre-game commentary, we have the in-game commentary, we have the post-game commentary, we have the commentary about the commentary. Listen, I'm just saying the way that we consume sports in America is that we listen to talking heads telling us the potential of the players that we got to let us know whether the base is on point or to keep the base on point. So what we're doing right now is I'm taking a more critical look, whether they have the dog mentality, but the critical look has to have the data behind it. If we take a look at this list and we're saying, remember, the defense has to be replaced. Okay? The defensive line has nowhere, like we cannot stop the run. So if these guys are just okay players, then why are we getting excited about these are not breaking news guys?
I never said they just okay players. They got the potential to be good. A lot of guys have not been able to prove themselves yet. Maybe they didn't get playing time or something like that. They can potentially be good. A lot of these guys came out 4 or 5 stars.
Hey, Harry, I would say this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I would say this. The team that we just had, a lot of those guys were 3 stars. All right. And the stars don't really mean nothing because you got to go out there and prove it on the point. But it do give you a clear view of the type of talent each individual had. Now, going to a school like, and not to take anything away from anybody else's school, but going to a Georgia or going to a Alabama, Nick Saban is recruiting dogs. If you got like, did we pick up the guy from Alabama or is he still in the portal?
Yeah, we did.
No, we got the guy from Alabama.
Okay, that's a dog because
of
one,
Nick Saban.
Yeah, well, not only that, not Nick Saban, but the type of
dream, Tim.
Huh?
You love the dream.
No, I'm realistic, man. I'm realistic because
he was such a dog that he didn't play. Wow.
Hey, but look at the people that's in front of him. So he's going up against grade A1 talent day in and day out. Just like Wiggins, he came out of high school as a post star out of Baton Rouge. The dude was a dog in high school, but he had 5-star dogs in front of him. But he's able to go against.
The only thing about that LSU is their defense was horrible last year, so he should have got a lot more playing time. Their defense was terrible.
I think he's seen the field a couple of times, but it was bare minimum.
That's what make that a little ugly.
But hey, Flock, didn't you come in? Weren't you one of those guys that came in when you came in? You was fresh to this channel. You was like, no, wait a minute. This ain't no 5-star situation with everything. You know what I'm saying? So now you're kind of falling prey. You're falling asleep here. What's happening?
I ain't falling asleep.
Well,
I'm logical. I'm logical, and I see a lot of potential.
Make it make sense logically. How is their third string? You know, this dog that's gonna be unleashed. You know what I'm saying? Their third string is coming in.
Man, Jalen Hurts was a backup quarterback. We see what he's doing now.
Hey, Flack, let me chime in a little bit to help you out with Harry B. Listen.
Thank you. Come on now, let's go.
Georgia,
give me some meat, man. Give me some red meat.
Georgia, LSU, Alabama, they stack these players. 4 and 5 stars. They stack them. They may not play them, but they stack them so you don't get them
no more.
So you don't get them.
Nah, that's why he just left. Because
as far as the defensive line, there's a Colorado player that left, Chance Main. I think he's coming back. There's a defensive the guy out of Washington.
Wait, who? Chance Main?
Chance Main coming back where?
Coming back to he recommitted to Colorado.
What?
No, he's done. He's done. He's out of eligibility.
Nah.
Hey,
Chance Main left mid-season. Ain't nobody worried about Chance Main.
Man.
Hey, look.
Chance Main to creep up out of here.
Hey, listen.
That's
okay. 5-star Savell Smalls commits to Colorado.
Yeah.
He came out of Washington. He played. He's got tape on him. Omar White. I think that guy.
We say he's a dog?
That did Savell Smalls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
don't know about the 4-star Omar White, defensive lineman.
I think he's gonna, but he's a high schooler though, man. I think
he's coming out of high school. That's a project player, but everybody was pretty high on him. He's committed to Colorado. I'm just trying to help you all out with some defensive linemen. Equan Barnes, he's committed defensive line, and then there's a guy at Tennessee. There's a guy at Tennessee. His mom said that he is going to flip to Colorado. That's all it says. Tennessee commit. Mom confirmed.
I can't listen to mamas. I don't trust mamas.
Yeah.
Everybody's great in their mamas.
Listen, there's a difference.
You see here, he's on that Boo Carter train.
No, listen, there's a difference between mamas.
His mama said he great.
And baby mamas. We're not talking about baby mamas. We're talking about mamas.
Hey man, listen, my mama said I look great. You know how many girls disagreed?
Hey, look, you got to walk like your mom's telling the truth.
But I don't know, man. Look, like I don't think me personally, I don't think Boo Carter's flipping, nor do I think we need him. So that's
Boo Carter's name is not on it. Doesn't look like Boo Carter.
That's who you're talking about out of Tennessee.
No, that's who I'm not talking about. It doesn't have a name, and the photo that I'm looking at does not look like Boo Carter.
Who is it? What's his name?
I don't know the guy's name. I don't know this guy.
Right, Boo Carter.
I mean, it could be a bogus photo.
We got a fact check, man. You got a fact check.
Hey, man, listen, I don't know. Hey, Seton, no one said Seton was coming to CU. He took CU off his list and then committed to CU. Hey, man, these kids are playing. It's a game to them.
But again, that's a potential dog right there. We got to see.
Hey, isn't that the same thing that I was talking about when it came to Aaron Butler? Because remember, everybody said he took his name off. He took their name. He took their name off, and then all of a sudden he did the commitment. So isn't it plausible to think that if this guy decommits, he can come back? Aaron Butler?
No, I think Aaron Butler's out of it. I think
it's not the same thing.
No, I think because when they got Michael and when they got Cam and Draylon, I think that was it for AB. I think AB going somewhere else. They just got too many people who's like similar to his skill set.
Well, we got Wednesday to find out, and if he does,
that wide receiver room deep, man.
Yeah, too many of them, man.
That wide receiver room deep, man. We should be killing every defensive back out there. We should put fresh new bodies in whenever.
Hey, welcome to Alabama and Georgia. Those issues they face every year.
I don't even think Alabama like that no more. I don't even think Alabama like that no more.
All that smoke for that kind of issue. We want those issues, right?
That's right. Those are the problems that we want to have.
But not if they can't throw that ball. If we got a bunch of dead bodies on that line and Shador gets smacked up again, then it wouldn't matter how great they are.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have that issue this year.
All right, because we got that freshman coming in, right? Jordan Seaton from DC. He's gonna be a beast.
Listen, just like you all were talking about Kamar to me, he has to be acclimated to the FBS level. There's a difference in pancaking a 205-pound defensive end than going against one of these players out of Utah.
That is correct.
Like that. There's a big difference.
I think he's going to throw up at least 8 times.
He might that altitude, man.
It depends on when he get there, though. So if he get there in June, he a dead man.
I think he coming in January though. I think he coming early.
Hope so.
Let me challenge y'all. Who's gonna be a bust? Who's the hottest person that you see on our list? Everybody that's been proclaimed. Who you think is gonna be a bust? Hey, just go there. Let your brain go there for a second.
Harry, you crossing the line there?
I know I'm crossing the line.
Yeah, that's
we don't have any busts. There
Yeah,
aren't going to be any.
There ain't gonna be no bust.
None. Zero.
Kwamani wasn't a bust.
Kamani
Nah, Kamani wasn't a
Kamani
bust.
is not a bust, man. He's an
You
18-year-old
still
that
playing.
came
You can't
late.
be a bust if you
Yeah,
still playing.
Kamani not a bust.
Kamani's not a bust, man. He's 18. You want this guy to play like Travis
not a
Hunter?
Kwame
He's just
Brown?
a young teenager.
You said what? Who else?
He's not a Kwame Brown.
Man, that's some basketball stuff, man. We talking about football here, cornerback, man. That's a whole
bust,
beast
bro.
of a position.
A bust is a bust,
Hey,
bro.
I'm not
hey, Kwame
talking about
Brown
no
wasn't a
7-foot
bust, no.
7-foot guy that can't do it in the NBA. I ain't talking about one of the dudes.
No.
I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
Yeah, man. There's not. And listen, I really want to talk about Kamani. Kamani is still learning. He is still learning. The video I seen of Coach Prime coaching him up, which people were saying that Coach Prime didn't do, giving him advice and telling him exactly what to do. And I watched him in the game, and the things that he told him to do with a receiver when he came off the line, he didn't do. So it's old habits he have to break. Did the same thing with Travis.
Man,
Kamani's gonna look better this year.
Yes,
especially if we have a good pass rush, he's gonna look a lot better. When you got 6 seconds, 7 seconds back to the throw, you're gonna get beat as a cornerback. It's hard chasing that.
Do you have 2 toes for Deion Sanders? If you give him 2 toes, he can come back and play a little bit to help Kamani out.
Kamani gonna.
What you think? You think Deion never got beat? Deion got beat before too.
Yeah.
Every cornerback gets beat.
But what do we remember? Him getting beat, or do we remember him being a real dog?
Real dog.
He was a dog, but Keyshawn Johnson ate his lunch.
Keyshawn ate Deion. Oh, now you're ready to get serious. Y'all had breakfast now, right? Y'all had lunch already. Now you're ready to go in.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see about Kamani, man, because I think he got to put the work in. He obviously needs to get stronger and bigger. When you're in the high school ranks, like, man, you say you working out, you look lifting 15-pound dumbbells, man, that ain't gonna cut it, bro. Like he should have been at about like 180 right now, like coming in.
Yes.
All right, Flock, Dre, Ron, and Tim. I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody has a concern in the back of their head, no matter how much you love somebody. It could be your favorite girl, but you're like, dang, girl, I don't know why you on that. That's that one thing that you got one red flag. What is your one red flag about the defense right now? Because we didn't hear nothing during the weekend. What is the one red flag that you have in the back of your mind?
Linebacker, yeah, linebacker.
Linebacker play.
So everybody's linebacker. Tim,
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Last year, when the offensive line were occupying the defensive linemen, the linebackers
wasn't coming in them gaps.
They weren't covering the correct holes. They weren't following the flow.
Yeah.
They were firing to the line of scrimmage. So many times that happened, and the running back would just bounce it to another hole. Yeah. And he's running in the back of the defensive lineman Who's
that?
They play recognition was terrible.
Yeah. Linebacker.
And we picked up one of the twins. Isn't that the only linebacker we picked up was a twin, and he's one of them potential guys also.
But I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little bit different if the defensive line can actually push the offensive line back.
I don't know, because our linebackers was missing tackles. It was terrible, man.
Cormani was missing. Cormani didn't even tackle. He just dove to the ground and
man. I can expect that though, because Deion ain't tackled.
That's right, but that's what I'm saying. It's like me personally. I like Cooper, man. I thought Cooper was the best tackler.
Cooper's cool. He's cool.
Like I'm saying, like he messed. Like
I'll say that D line, Harry. That
Cooper was getting torched the USC game though. He was getting torched.
Let Ron chime in here because he didn't give his perspective on what his red flag was. What did you say, Tim?
I would say the D line because they were getting pushed back like 3 to 4 yards. Seemed like every down.
I think he's talking about the new defensive line. You think the new defensive line to get that done too?
No, I think that defensive line gonna put that pressure on the quarterbacks.
Have your concerns, Tim, including yours, have any of your concerns been addressed, or they're concerns because you feel like they haven't been addressed?
My concern, let me say my concern is that the linebacker position. Yeah. I know there's a guy, I don't know if he was at Alabama or Oklahoma, that's in the portal that I was hoping that we would get as a linebacker, and that's what I think we need with the defensive linemen that they have coming in. The guys that, you know, a 3-star from Alabama, you know, I believe is a 4 or 5-star at CU. So I believe the defensive line, if they do a half decent job, and we have linebackers that can flow to the ball, and that's the key, flowing to the ball so they can plant and fill the hole. You know, you see the hole that the running back sees. And so I think that's my worry right now defensively is the linebacker.
Has it been addressed? Are we addressing that?
I don't think it's been to my satisfaction. I know.
Yeah, I don't think linebackers been addressed.
I know we have a twin and Wiggins and they're edge rushers, but I'm talking about those 2 linebackers.
That middle linebacker, that inside linebacker.
Yeah, like for me, man, if you think about, if you look at Bentley, because I think Bentley has another year, dude. I think so. I think he has another year.
I heard he's coming back.
No, man.
If you look at his stats, though, if you look at his
stats, man, I seen Bentley run behind the defensive, the defensive lineman. I bet you 5 times this year, man.
Bentley not it. Woods not it. Them
not
dudes
Woods,
ain't,
definitely not
they
Woods.
not it. They not it.
Bentley, honestly, Bentley, like for me, Bentley, if you look at his stats, he actually had a pretty good year. He had a pretty good year.
Stat-wise, he had a pretty good year.
But like for me, like
games, in the big games when we needed him, no, he wasn't there.
You know, so if you look at his stats, he actually had a solid year. But like too many times, like for me, like bro, you come from Clemson, like you should have been a leader of those linebackers. Trevor Woods coming down from safety should never take. Too many times I saw Bentley like out of place and just like not knowing where he should be, and completely like he's not even going, and he's going in the wrong gap. I'm like, bro, you just left a wide open hole. So, but yeah, he had a solid year, but like, he just need to be more of a leader for me.
To me, he didn't even have that much of a solid year being an inside linebacker. I don't know if Shiloh's leading the team in tackles, that means linebackers ain't doing their job.
That's right. That's correct.
He got benched early in the season, man. If you go and bench somebody, and then
he got benched because he wasn't playing well. You don't get benched for no reason.
But it's not how you start, how you finish, though, right? But look at how he finished.
Man, look how we finished as a team. No, but look at it's not how you start; it's how you finish, right?
We can't say Shiloh though.
That last in the Pac-12.
When you say Shiloh led the team, I mean he played really close to the line of scrimmage. So I mean he's pretty much a linebacker out there.
Shiloh played deep a lot. He played deep a lot.
Yeah, but he was
playing linebacker. Shiloh had to move up the linebacker because
Shiloh was pretty much playing linebacker out there. Man.
Yeah, he had to play linebacker to help the actual linebackers.
That's just how that's the defense. I mean, I think like for me, I would love to see like a 2 safety deep, like sometime at least, but there's always 1 safety back there.
So
I like to see 2 safety. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think we started off playing 2 safeties and we was getting torched. That's why they start bringing them down to the line.
We played 2.
I remember Woods. I remember Woods and Shiloh back deep. Remember Woods caught the pick at TCU game. I remember them dudes back deep together. But Shiloh, they started getting torched.
No, Shiloh would play
the linebackers
in the scrimmage though. Shiloh would play closer to Woods. Yes, Woods played deep because like he's not that good of a cover. Like, he can't cover, so he had to stay back. He was getting torched too. Like I mean, smart player, but like I say, he was just undersized and just not quick enough to move sideline to sideline.
So if most of y'all, like Tim's concern was the whole defensive line, and then y'all talking about linebackers, that's practically the defense. Like if you really look at it,
that's the same issue we had last year though, the front 7, man.
So that means that Coach Prime really not answering these questions. Does that mean we are?
No. I like the DNs and the 1D. I like them so far. The linebackers is a little crazy for me.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Coach Prime really focusing on the offensive line as he is, not really putting that much, attention on the defensive line? Does that mean that Shador's about to go off and we ain't gonna be worrying about defense as much?
No, Harry.
Okay,
Harry, stop, Harry.
Don't kill the messenger.
They are. It's not. We're not trying to shoot the messenger. We appreciate your channel and your questions and your insight.
Okay.
But yes, I believe he is addressing the issue of the defensive line. And my question is the linebackers. That's my red flag is that we need the inside linebacker position. We need probably 3 or 4 guys there to help on the defense.
Is this Ron or Dre? Who's talking?
This is Ron. This is
So
Ron.
Ron,
Yeah.
Listen. Remember, I'm not a hater. Remember,
I know.
we're critical, but I want you to tell me how. You are a panel member. Don't just say he's addressing. Tell the chat how he's doing it. How is he addressing your concern or the concern that you just said?
No,
enough to just say he is.
This is my red flag. This is my red flag. The defensive lineman that I've seen, the defensive lineman that I've seen them make offers to and get commits from. I don't have the full list up. I'm pretty satisfied with, like I said, until they put the pads on and get between the lines. My concern, my red flag, are the inside linebackers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll address that. So I think he is addressing it. So if you think about it, just look at Shane Coates. Shane Coates was like what, about 285? Now we got a defensive lineman that's 320. Like I think everyone can agree we was light up front, right? We got
but it's not DEP.
Yeah, we had the smallest.
We're talking about the whole D line. GTs.
We had the smallest defensive line.
Honestly, we got.
But then another main thing was depth, right?
Yeah.
We needed depth, right? So now, you got a Shane Coates, you got a Amari McNeil. Now you have the big defensive tackle from Alabama. I mean, he's not done yet. That's depth right there, right? So now Shane Coates is not. Maybe he have a better year because he's not out there just getting beat up the whole time because we didn't have the depth. And so let's see. I mean, I think he is addressing that issue. We was always light up front. 320, another guy, trying to get another 320 guy, put those big boys up there, and let's see. He's definitely addressing it.
And we got some good defensive end commits coming in too.
Right. And then even Omar White, like, I mean, I don't know his situation, but like he's a big high schooler. Like I say, he's over 300 pounds, big boy. So saying it's all about depth, right? And like I say, when you're fresh, you can get after the quarterback more. So I thought he's addressing it. Now, if it's going to pan out how we want it, I mean, that's remain to be seen. But he's definitely addressing it.
DEPTH. I think you're just talking about one guy. you said
they're not done, though. They're not done. You got to let's see who else they can get.
Okay, but he got the Wednesday to do that, right?
Yep.
And after,
yep. More after the bowl games, yep.
After the bowl games,
So so you guys are thinking like after the bowl game, we're gonna get a lot more guys jump into the transfer portal. That was one of my things.
Yeah, I think he's addressing the issue now. Like, you got, like I said, Amari McNeil. Like he showed some good flashes last year. I thought he's actually in my opinion, I thought he was our best defensive tackle. And then you get Bishop coming back healthy, and then you get the big boy from Alabama. You got high school. No, I think when we see the finished product, and like I say, you'll see that he addressed the issue with size, and then also depth. So that's what I'm looking at. Like,
so are these wishful thinkings, or you guys are really solid?
It's happening.
Okay.
We definitely better than last year already.
It's happening. Like the guys we talking about, we have these guys. We have these guys on the roster.
Yo, Flock, definitely better than last year could just mean one game. I mean, we were 4-8. Come on, like let's not talk that talk. Better.
Nah. We had a lot of close games last year. So a lot of these players that's coming in could have swayed it.
If we're gonna be definitely better than next year, I mean, than last year or this year, I mean, that doesn't give me confidence.
Look. We're better. Hold up. We're better than last year, and we're also going to a weaker conference. So that should tell you right there.
But Harry, none
of that's going to amount to anything until you see what they look like in the spring. I mean,
I wouldn't even take it to the spring because you're going to have some attrition there as well. Like when you after the spring, when you get everyone in there, like that's when you know what you have. But even just take the offensive line, like he addressed the offensive line. Even if you just cut that in half, like go from 56 to 26 or whatever, 20, whatever. You go instead of having been sacked 53 times, get sacked 26 times. Still high, but you telling me that's not an improvement? That's a much better improvement.
A lot of points, a lot of extra points on the board.
What percentage of improvement do we need to be in that top 12? Have you guys, a better question would be, have you guys seen the type of improvement that we need to have to be in that top 12? Have you seen it yet, or are you still just waiting to see it?
I see it.
I'm worried about that top 2 in our conference. I ain't worried about that top 2. I'm worried about that top 2 in our conference.
That's gonna have to just play out because, like, look, for me, like the Big 12, like I say, like if you have like, I just don't see the quarterback play in the Big 12, in which, like I say, I think we have the best quarterback play when it comes to the quarterback. You know what I mean? So
not if you can't stay upright.
that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think the Big 12 is better than the Big 10?
The Pac-12,
The Big 12, Big 12.
Big
You said
12
better
is
than the
better
Big
than
10.
the Big 10.
That's what I'm saying. So we got 2 guys from the Big 10, right?
Okay.
Right.
All right. I'm saying he's addressing the issue. I think they can strength-wise when it comes, because we were just overmatched. Like we were just too undersized. You know, we was undermatched, like in the trenches. Now we got 2 big boys coming. Like we got, like I say, we got depth now, man. Like, you know, I think that's going to solve a lot.
What I can agree with you guys on is depth at the offensive line. Like he's literally answered all questions as for me on that offensive line, as far as having some beefy guys come in to make sure that we have a solid offensive line. I have not seen anything for the defensive line.
Let him get done.
That's really like saying, oh my gosh. I mean, we got Wednesday for early signing. Yeah. And then now we're looking for guys that are playing in playoffs to say, okay, whatever transpired, I'm gonna get into that thing. I'm gonna get into that transfer portal after the playoffs.
But this one,
we also
Harry, maybe they're not looking. They already identified these guys.
We also got top commits coming in for that line, also, man.
Yeah.
You can't sleep on them top commits coming in.
The top commits as far as like from high school.
Yeah.
Well, we got 20% high school, 40%, 40%.
We got some good linemen coming in from high school.
We got some good linemen, yeah. So I mean,
got some good DA slash. They high school, but they dogs.
Yeah,
they got to go out there and play.
I just made that same statement about.
See, that's the thing. These kids. Look,
let them finish.
I just made the same statement about the young man from TCU.
But he's actually in college, so we could go off his college stuff. We can't go off their college because they didn't touch college yet.
But
the good thing about
they playing on another level though. That's what you just told me though.
But it's still players that come out. It's still players that come out of high school and it's straight dogs. Don't forget Alabama's safety. That boy's a true freshman. He's probably the best safety in the nation.
Yeah, but you got to understand also, like, it creates more competition. And that's what you want. You want dogs coming out of high school that's going to create that competition, even if they're on scout team. Like, you have a better scout team. You know, so, I mean, this all goes hand in hand, man. Like, look, I think we're on the right track, man. Like I say, when I see the finished product, that's when I feel better about it. But right now, we definitely need more, people in the defensive trenches.
Right. I guess I'm just going off of what Coach Prime is saying. I want to get to a bowl game, possibly make it in that top 12. Them high schools not going to get me in the top 12.
Nah, they could definitely get you in the top 12 if they're the right high school.
If you bring in, hold on. If you bring in, you telling me if you bring in 5 or 4 defensive or offensive linemen out of high school, they're going to get you to 12.
If they're good enough, yeah.
Nah, bro. I don't care if you brought in 4 Jordan Seatons.
Yeah, they're going to get you to that top 12?
They're not going to get you to no 12, bro.
If they good enough, they're going to get you to that top 12.
As good as Jordan Seaton is, if you bring in 4 Jordan Seatons, he cannot get you to no 12.
Experience, bro.
You shouldn't rely on freshmen, though. Like I'm saying,
man, 4 Jordan Seatons is better than our whole O-line from last year.
And then 4 Jack Baileys.
But do they have the experience?
Yes, that's what
skill
I'm saying.
And ability is
different from, hold on. Does Caleb Downs have the experience?
But how many of them are out there?
Yeah.
How many of them are out there? There's not
well, we getting recruits at D-line. I'm sure all of them is not going to start, but they can rotate in.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But they seen.
Have you seen film on people like? You seen film on people like Amontre Bradford and Swain and all them dudes? Have you watched their film?
Yes, I watched a little film on them as well.
Yeah, man, Swain, I watched his film from Detroit.
You watch Amontre Bradford?
Bruh, but we talking about, are these going to be Cormani McLeans?
Kamani, what you talking about? They gonna be Kamani was decent, man. He was decent. Come on
I'm
now,
just
man.
saying. I mean, they're gonna come in here. I mean, you gotta be real with it. Like you can't just say. I mean, listen, we were bullish on Kwamani McLean.
Yeah.
We don't know what these kids are gonna do. They're talking about high school
kids.
Kids.
Got there too late, man. He got there too late.
But how we know they're gonna get there early?
Nah, a lot of them is getting there early.
How we know they're gonna watch film?
Prime already put.
They're not gonna be like try. You know, I know they got Kwamani to use as an example, right? But we don't know their attitude. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about these kids. All we know is they're coming from high school and they're dogs. But a lot of people they come from high school. So where else are they gonna come from? But does that mean they're gonna translate? They could be Kwamani McLean's.
They can be Kwamani McLean, and then they can also be Caleb Downs. So
Harry, you can say that about
it's a 50-50 at the end of the day, man. People gonna go in there, work hard, be stars, and then there's other people that's gonna follow that bench, man. That's just how it goes.
What is the reality of getting 5 of them?
Huh?
That line? What's the reality of getting 5 of them?
No, all 5 of them is not gonna play on our line. It's right. First of all, it's only 2 defensive ends. So us having 3-4 defensive end recruits, of course somebody's not starting. That's just how it goes.
But to break into that,
everybody can't start.
To break into that top 12 is different from going 6-6. We can make a ball game, but I'm talking
about
top 12.
Man, hold on. LSU was a top 10 team, top 12 team, and them dudes ain't have no defense.
No, our defense sucked this year. I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
our defense was trash.
Like, I mean, Harry, like nobody knows until we get out, until the games are played. Like you say, this is what we're thinking.
The haters knew.
Man, they're just thinking like
everybody. Go 4-8.
Hey, I'll keep it a buck. I had 6-6. I had 6-6 ball game.
It's a lot of guys knew we was gonna go 4-8. It was like a lot of dudes was like, y'all, you're not gonna win more than 3 games. What did they know that we don't know that we're not talking about right now?
But they were wrong.
I'm leave nothing uncovered this time.
They were wrong though because we won more than 3 games.
Yep. You
say they want to win no more than 3. We won more than 3 games, so all those people were wrong.
Ooh, we won 1 more game.
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
You got 1 more game. You're 2 games away. You came so close. So close.
And we had that 6-6 though. We had that one.
We had 6-6 where? You saw where?
Okay, Stanford for sure, right?
Stanford, USC, Arizona State.
We could have had
one. I mean, Arizona, yeah, Arizona.
You made legends out of Stanford. Are you kidding?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, the legend Travis Hunter made a legend out of Stanford. So what we talking about?
Listen, man, we should have put Kwamani in there so he can try.
Nah, we put our best player in there, and he tried. But and that was a true freshman. That was a true freshman that was doing that to Travis Hunter.
He was hurt. Wait.
He was now he's hurt. Don't play then. If you hurt, don't play. Don't play. Yeah, that receiver was a freshman from Stanford.
You said number 13 was a true freshman?
He was a freshman.
I gotta look that up. I don't know.
Go look that up. Boy was a freshman. Embarrassing one of the top corners in the country. Number 13. Number 13.
From Stanford?
From Stanford.
Yeah. You sure?
Oh, okay. I know the brother from Arizona was a freshman.
Nah, boy from Stanford was a freshman.
So let's answer this question. M. Cannon said, Harry, why do you seem hopeless no matter who they get? I'm not hopeless. What I'm doing is I'm taking a more critical look. I'm a fan, so I'm taking a more critical look. I'm challenging this panel who are people who come from different areas of the country that know different areas and different players. We're challenging each other to make sure that we're not blinded by the sauce. That's all I'm doing. I'm not hopeless. Coach Prime has really exceeded expectations in the transfer portal. He's number 1. That's what I shared in the beginning of the show. But I'm not going to let us be blinded by anything this coming year. I'm going to challenge everybody to take a more critical look on the team. Don't buy the sauce. What you need to do is take a critical look and say, okay, are we getting really good pieces? Yeah, we are. I set that up already. Colorado is number 1 in the transfer portal. But if you look at the title of the show, are we getting all dogs Or are we getting regular bodies, able-bodied, dead bodies, just anybody that's willing to play? And we're saying, oh my gosh, they're dogs just because we like Coach Prime that much. And nobody's going to take a critical look and say, oh, man, we're getting beat again. What's happening? Like, where we go from here now? Now, who are we going to start blaming now? Like, what is going on? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to say, okay, Coach Prime did a great job, and whatever wins we get, is it going to be 6-6? Or are we going to crack top 12? That's what we're looking at. So it's not like I'm hating. I'm just doing what you need to do, where every fan base does, but Colorado fans refuse to do because Coach Prime is here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh, I think that that offense is going to be electric, man. Shador gonna have. I feel like Shador gonna have a lot more time to get that ball downfield. I feel like the receiver's gonna have time to actually get into their routes. But I'm looking more toward the defense because the defense is what wins championships. The defense is what gets you to 12 wins.
Say that again.
We also need to establish a run game too.
Yeah, we gotta run.
Yeah, and you got to be able to run. Those are the things that I'm looking for.
Good luck, Buff fans. Good luck on trying to get a run next year with all those great wide receivers we're getting and all those great.
Yeah, you better throw one of them in the backfield or something.
Hey, we don't run the ball home done.
Get a run game out of Coach Prime next year.
Hey, they'll be in the portal if you don't.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm so afraid. I'm so concerned. If you ask me what's my concern, it's the run game.
Man.
That is my number one red flag, is that Coach Prime is really stocking up for Shador to really run up the numbers next year. He's going to be Heisman. I'm telling you.
Okay. Now you say that, Harry. I got a question for the panel, and some of them may have heard it and some may not. But I heard this morning that Prime, I don't know how true it is, but they say that Prime has a contract on his desk.
What, a lifetime contract?
Yeah, you heard about that, Flop?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't know how true it is, but I heard about it.
What's the question?
So do you think that he'll sign it or he'll leave?
It's probably not even true. I don't believe it's true at all.
He may have the contract, but I don't know that he's leaving. Coach Prime is not leaving. Like,
yeah, I don't think he's leaving either. I was just curious.
I'm very I'm satisfied and I'm confident that Coach Prime is not leaving, but I'm also thinking he's not going to sign no lifetime contract, not yet. Because a lifetime contract right now locks you into stuff that you don't even know is coming.
Yeah.
He needs to first take a look at what happens this year.
Exactly.
He said it. He said he's gonna ride off on that white horse.
Huh?
That's just saying he want to retire there. It's not signing a lifetime contract. But I mean, I wouldn't sign a lifetime contract at all.
So Ben doing this has a question for the panel or for me. Thank you for the super chat. Can you name 3 players Coach Prime made better?
Shador, Cameron Silman, and Shiloh.
Travis Hunter.
How did he make Shador better?
I mean, they said Shador.
I mean, he's been training him his whole life. I'm sure.
Well, that's his dad. I mean,
hey, they didn't ask if who not related to him. They said what player he made better.
Everyone on that team.
How did he make Shador better?
He got him the right people, and he put him around the right people, like Tom Brady, for example.
Are we talking about this year? I don't know. We've been doing this. Are you talking about this year? Or are we just talking about the fact that he just any player under his leadership who he made better? So if you can clarify that, then maybe we can answer your question better. But I mean, you can just
he definitely made Shiloh. He definitely made Shiloh better. Shiloh didn't start playing football till his junior year in high school. So to get a D1 offer, you ain't gonna get that out of nowhere.
I think people underestimate players that are the contributors on Coach Prime's team. I think people really underestimate 3,200 yards. They underestimate Shiloh being the headache gang. They underestimate Travis Hunter being a two-way player that's all-American, like consensus all-American. you got to underestimate that. And the only reason is because it's Prime. I mean, that's the only reason you will underestimate that. Anywhere else, those players are going to be celebrated, but we're not going to celebrate that because it's Prime. That's the only reason why you don't celebrate what's going on with what went on with Dylan Edwards, Jimmy Horn Jr. coming from a different team and becoming a star. I mean, there's so many players. So, you know, and I can't put Kwamani's name in there. I mean, he's a deadbeat. I mean,
no, that's not.
No.
Hey, that's not true.
I'm trolling Flock.
That's not true. That's
I
not
know.
true.
Man,
I know.
that kid gonna go out there and catch a few picks next year. Harry gonna be his biggest fan.
Kwamani ain't catching nothing. He ain't picking nothing.
Harry gonna be his biggest fan.
Hey, that boy
Kwamani
don't get in
ain't
the weight
picking nothing
room.
but
He
his
ain't doing
nose.
nothing.
We gonna have to find Harry a 4X Cromani jersey because he gonna be his biggest fan next year. I'm telling you.
I'm a Kwamani fan. But hopefully we answered your question. What been doing this? You've been doing this. Hopefully we answered your question. But yeah, I mean, as far as like we're going into a
They made Prime made Amari Ward good too. He got all type of offers. Committed.
That was inadvertently. that was a clout. He uses NIL, his name, image, and his likeness. So at the end of the day, we're going into. Why do people think that the Big 12 is not it's a weak conference? Why are we even saying that?
I think quarterback play.
So quarterback play makes you a weak conference?
Quarterback play, how many times they've been in the playoffs, when was the last time they won national championships, stuff like that.
Well, so
I think that weak conference this year coming up is because Texas and OU leaving for the SEC.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Pac-12 being that we have most of these, Heisman guys, we still didn't win it. We still didn't win the Heisman.
Well, look at this. Even if you look at take the Pac-12, right?
Yeah.
You know how many ranked teams the Pac-12 had that year? And you can just go there.
A lot of the Pac-12 teams are ranked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, you have all these ranked teams. I'm saying, like, and then you go to the Big 12. Like I say, not many besides the two big dogs over there.
And you also got to look at it as CU was the worst team in the Pac-12 last year.
That's right. We were bottom.
So if we was the worst team, that's a good division, good conference.
Well, LSU ended up winning the Heisman. So, I mean,
it wasn't the worst team in the SEC. LSU was ranked.
LSU was ranked, but they
was
ended
ranked
up
12.
So, how much does quarterback play, really matter?
A lot.
What you talking about? Why does quarterback? What are you talking about?
The Big 12 is a throwing conference.
My argument is we
Big
had
12 is a throwing conference.
Huh?
The Big 12. Their conference is known for putting the ball in the air, not like the Big 10. Grind it out and pound it out. They're a throwing conference.
But do you necessarily really need an elite quarterback in order for you to just do what the other conferences have been doing?
No, it helps. I mean,
it depends on what team. Like, of course, teams like Michigan and Alabama ain't need no elite quarterback, but also that's because their schedules was pretty weak.
Yeah. And Michigan got an elite defense though. Like, so I mean, that's their thing.
Michigan got elite. Michigan does have a nice defense, but McCarthy ain't nothing that jump off the books for you. That's why they lost to TCU last year.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan won a game just running the ball the whole game, just running.
Yeah, that's product of weak schedule.
Well, no, that was against Penn State though. So
Penn State was weak.
Now Penn,
who did Penn State beat? That was the top team.
I mean, I can't remember.
You can't tell you because their schedule was weak.
Well, that's not. They're not weak. They were still.
Their schedule was weak.
Man, you can only play who you play, man.
When they versed Ohio State and Michigan, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
That means they cleaned all those weak teams out and they lost the real competition. Their schedule was weak.
That's all. It's that you can't put.
What does Penn State do against Alabama? What does Penn State do against Texas? What does Penn State do against Georgia? What's the outcome of these games? Is Penn State getting any of those wins?
Best teams in the country, though, like Alabama and Georgia. Yeah, I'm not saying they're better than Alabama and Georgia. That don't make them weak, though.
What does Penn State do against Oregon?
You talk in a bowl? Hold on. Let me.
And if they was on their schedule, what would they have done this past season?
So let me get this right. So if you can't beat Georgia, Alabama, or Oregon, that makes you weak.
They can't beat none of the top teams. I'm saying they had an easy schedule.
That's a different question. Like
they had an easy schedule. That's why they look like a good team. Some teams look like good teams because their schedule is weak.
That don't mean they're weak. They're a good team. They're a really good team.
They're a good team against bad competition. That's what they are.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I agree with you there.
People are saying
not at all.
So is the goalpost going to move? Because if preseason, the narrative is going to be that we're going to another weak conference. If Coach Prime wins in this conference, is the goalpost moving again because we are playing weak teams?
Of course.
Hey, Wild Dog. What good team did Penn State beat, Wild Dog?
That's going to be the narrative with 247 on 3. Of course. They move it every week. Every time. See, I'm surprised Seaton's star didn't drop from a 5 to a 3 when he committed to Colorado. Every individual that commits to Colorado, for some reason, they single family home. We're gonna drop them a star from a 4 to a 3 star. And you know when they
great Cormani.
When stop that. When CU is does better this coming year in this next conference, of course that's what they're gonna say. Yeah, they couldn't win in the Pac-12 with the real players, but now tell them go to SEC. Go to the SEC if you wanna pound your chest about being a good team. Yes, they're gonna move it because it's Prime.
So
they're gonna do that,
and then it's gonna change to if he can't win in the Big 12, then
DJ, what up?
Then you already know what that's gonna be.
Well, he can't coach. He can't coach in FBS. That's what they're gonna say. He can't coach the FBS level.
So one of two things are gonna happen. He's either not gonna be a good coach, right, or he played a weak schedule.
That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, they're gonna always move the goalpost for Prime. Yeah, of course. Unless he wins a national championship, they're gonna keep moving that goalpost.
So week number 12 was that Penn State number 12 on your screen.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about Penn State. So being ranked
I'm not saying they're a top team. I'm not saying they're in the Georgia. They're a good team. Penn State is a good team.
Pull up Penn State's schedule. That's what you need to pull up, and then you'll see who they really are. When they beating Indiana's and they beating Illinois and them schools not good. Them schools are not in contention for nothing. If you put any good team in front of
Michigan got a weak schedule as well.
Yeah, Michigan do got a weak schedule, and the only competition they supposed to verse is Ohio State and Penn State. Penn State, all of the competition games Penn State versed Ohio State and Michigan, they lost. Every time they versed someone bad, they won, and they barely won.
You're looking at it from a very surface level perspective, man. Like Penn State is a good team. They traditionally have been a good team.
They're not that good, man.
But I'm saying you're talking about
Penn State
is a good 3, 4, 5 years in advance. You play who you play. Like you can't help that.
Okay, they played who they played, and they lost, right? They lost when it came to competition, right?
Who did they lose to?
Ohio State and Michigan.
Yes. Who's always in the championship? Who's always in the championship in the Big Ten? That's what I'm saying. The teams that's good in the Big Ten, they lose. They beat the teams that's bad. Good because they're not beating the best teams in the Big Ten. That don't mean they're not good.
They're not that good.
Okay, so are you saying there's only 3 teams good in the SEC? Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, yeah, it might be. LSU got whooped by FSU.
That's cap.
Florida State whooped LSU.
That's okay. So do that mean LSU is not a good team? Is that what you're saying?
They're an okay team.
Okay,
they was good against a lot of bad teams.
They're okay. Either
they were good against a lot of bad teams.
But you're putting them up against like the best teams in the conference. Those are tough games. Ohio State, Michigan, those are really tough games. 2 of the best teams in the conference.
And a game against Illinois is a tough game.
It's a big team. They can't.
A game against Maryland is a big game. Those not tough games. Those are not tough games.
Hold on. How can you say that? Did you watch the Maryland and Michigan game? Maryland could have.
Yeah, I watched that game.
They can't help that, man. They can't help. It's a big team. You can't help because Illinois suck. It's a big team. They're in the Big Ten. That's what they're gonna play.
All right, you can't help that they suck, but I'm gonna judge you off your big wins and your big losses. That's what I'm gonna judge you off of. So if you go in there beating all the teams, you look like a top team, beating all the ass teams, and then you go against competition and you look crazy, then that's what I'm gonna judge you off of.
Wild Dog said Penn State has 2 natties and 13 undefeated seasons.
Bro, why are we talking about that old ass shit? We talking about 2023. I'm not talking about no 2 natties from way back. When did they win those natties in the 90s?
What were their schedule now?
You said what?
What was their schedule this year?
Bring up their schedule, Harry.
What was their schedule? Like, what was their record this year?
Penn State schedule?
Oh, I think, what did they have? 2 losses?
2 losses. So did that mean they're bad?
They had 2 losses against their only. They had 2 losses against their only competition.
Right. And what were that competition? Michigan and Ohio State?
Yeah.
Who beat Michigan? Who beat Michigan this year?
Nobody.
Who beat Ohio State this year?
Michigan.
Point proven. The 2 best teams.
Okay. Those other teams they versed. Illinois, Maryland. Who did they beat?
You can't.
Nobody's, right?
Hold on. You can't. Okay, those are big teams.
Who did they lose to? Nobody's, right? They beat nobody teams.
Those are Big Ten opponents. They're going to play them regardless because they're in that same division. You can't help that. I see.
I didn't say they can help their schedule. I said they're not really a good team. They get versed.
Here's their schedule right here. Here's Penn State's schedule.
So they beat West Virginia, trash. They beat Delaware. They should be worse than Delaware. Come on, man, trash.
They're playing
every team go out and schedule this way, man. Before they get to
Illinois, trash. Iowa, trash.
Who can they replace? Illinois?
They should be versing UMass. They're a top team. Come on, UMass. Come on, man. Trash. Northwestern, trash. Oh, they got some competition. Lost to Ohio State, Indiana, trash. Maryland, trash. Oh, they got some competition. Lost. Rutgers, trash.
All big teams.
Michigan State, trash. Come on, man. They scheduled weak. They got 2 teams to play, and they lose to them every year.
Because those are the best teams in the conference every year.
Well, the argument, if you can't beat the best teams, then you're not really like that.
Come on, you're not the best. What are we talking about here?
Are you saying? Oh, hold on. Are you saying if you can't beat the big teams, you're not a good team? Is that what you're saying?
You're okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Because look, the argument you guys
the best beat the best.
And listen. The argument you guys are making, this is going to be an argument for Coach Prime. I just want to let you guys know now.
So you telling me Colorado will never be good then?
That's what I'm saying.
I guess they won't. I guess they won't.
I just
got a channel about Colorado then.
Nah, you brought up Colorado. I'm talking about Penn State. You want to bring Colorado? It's going to change my thought. It's not going to change my thought.
Logic, though. We got to use your same logic. If you can't beat the Big Ten, the big teams, you're not good.
Well, I guess we're not good. 4-8 shows for it.
Right, you're not good then. Just because.
Okay, we're not good. What are we still talking about? I just said we're not good. I just said we're not good.
So this argument is gonna come. It's gonna come around for Coach Prime because Colorado is in a Big 12 conference where it's wide open. There's not a consensus.
When's the last time Penn State made their conference championship? Pull that up too.
This is the same team. I'm not
saying okay then. So they can't beat the good. They can't beat the good teams. They can't beat competition.
So that don't mean they're not good though.
No, that means they're not good.
Okay, then
can Penn State beat any of the 4 playoff teams? Can Penn State beat any of the 4 playoff teams?
Who knows?
They can't. Come on, we know they can't. Come on, let's knock that off.
You're telling me there's only basically there's only one good team in the entire country, right?
No, not at all.
Why not?
All right, guys.
There's only one team can win.
Okay,
there's only one team can win.
Listen, let's bring in another voice here. Tim, what do you think? Is this argument going to play Coach Prime? Because the argument that Flock is making right now, it's like you pretty much making the same argument when it comes to how people evaluate Coach Prime, what people are going to be saying about Coach Prime when he starts winning. Because we know that Coach Prime is going to start winning.
Nah, we know they're going to continue talking shit no matter if he win or not. If he win 10 games, they're going to say he should have won 11. If he win a conference, they say he should have won a national championship. That's how that's going to go.
But you're stuck on you're saying that Penn State's not a good team.
Nah, they're not. They're really not a good team.
I'm going to be getting on the panel and start like having to defend our 10-1 our 10-2 record. You know what I'm saying? Our 11-1 record. And we got to start talking about we're going to be doing that same thing that you're talking about.
Look, if we go 10-2 and we lose to the good teams, then it's going to say a lot about us. Now, if we go in there and beat a good team, then it's going to say a whole bunch of positive about us.
That's just like a
But
nonsense.
are we ever going to get to the level until we beat a Georgia and Alabama? Are we ever going to get to the level where people say
First, we got to start off by beating the good teams in our conference.
Okay,
Then
so
we
that's the
can
argument-
get to the
that's
Georgia.
the
Then we
argument
can get to the
you're
Georgia and the Bama.
So you're making the argument that you got to beat the best in your conference for you to be a good team.
Of course.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. I'm just saying that makes sense to me because if you can't beat the best in your conference, then how good are you really?
Hey, Wild Dog, why do you keep bringing up this old stuff? What has Michigan State done this year? You talking about 10 natties? That doesn't matter. Those players don't play no more. What are you talking about?
Hey, Tim, are you there? Tim's audio is off. So Tim, when you can add another voice to this. So,
Yeah.
Do we not agree that at the end of the day, like you got to if you don't beat the best in your conference or wherever you are, if you're not the best, okay, I'll give you another example. All right. If you're not one of the best rappers in Atlanta, right? Every time the big acts come to town, they call on the other guy. Can you consider yourself one of the best rappers in the ATL?
No. Is it not a difference between being the best and being good?
Getting money is different. Getting money is different.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let's clear this up. Okay, what is Oregon? Is Oregon a good team?
Yes, they beat the crap out of us.
No, not us. Did they beat the best team in their conference?
No, they didn't.
Are they a good team? Yes or no?
They're a good team. Yeah.
Well, how? And if they haven't beat the best team in their conference,
they're not one of the best teams, but they're a good team.
They beat some pretty good teams. They beat some pretty good teams.
It's okay. In their conference, did they beat the best team in their conference? Did they beat Washington?
No,
they didn't beat Washington. They didn't beat the best, but they did beat good teams.
When they came to beating like some of the best teams in their conference,
Penn State did not beat one good team at all.
Like when you look at go ahead, Tim.
Hey, I would say this. Penn State is a good team. Michigan is a good team. Ohio State is a good team. They're very well-rounded teams. Oregon is a good team, but Washington just stood in the way of them this season. That doesn't mean that they're a bad team. But if you take Penn State, you take Ohio State, you take a Michigan this season and dump them off into the Big 12,
Pac-12,
it's going to be a problem. A lot of the teams in the Pac-12 can't beat no Ohio State, can't beat no Michigan or no Penn State.
And I think Penn State had the best defense in the country.
Oh wait, so hold up. You're saying that they're worse. The Big Ten's worse would be automatically known as the best in the Big 12 if they were to move over.
In the Big 12 or the Pac-12?
The Big 12, because that's where we're going.
Yeah. Well, this season alone. Are
you talking about next year? Nah, hell no.
Now, if you take Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State and put them in the Big 12 this season, the best team in the Big 12 this season is Texas.
Texas would have probably
smashed all of them. If you take those same three teams and dump them into the Pac-12 this season, I don't think Washington could have made it. Oregon State definitely would have had some L's, more than two on their schedule.
Washington smashes Penn State though. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean,
but
that just depends. You're not a good team. You can be a good team and still get beat by a great team. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And you won't never know. You won't never know. Like if you won't. Hold on one second, Flop. You won't know if that team is really, really great, because if they don't win their conference championship, they don't get the chance to play Alabama.
Right.
Like I'll give you an example. Oregon is good this year, right?
Yeah, good team.
Yeah.
But out of that top four that's in that playoffs,
who do you have Penn State beating in the top 10?
So who do I have Penn State beating in the top? I can't
in the top 10.
I don't have it.
Hey Harry, pull up the rankings.
All right, so we're talking about top 10, like for the Natty.
Yeah, the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Scratch off Liberty. We're not putting them in there.
They'll run the tables with Penn State. Penn State will beat. I think Penn State will beat Florida State.
Nah, they not beat with their quarterback or with the backup.
No.
With
No
their
way.
backup. With their
Nah,
backup.
with their backup, yeah, they beat them. With their starter,
Yeah.
they're not beating them.
No, not with they start. A lot of these teams wouldn't beat them with their starter.
So that means the NCAA board was right.
I mean, they did have a drop off, but you can't punish them for having a drop off. Like they still won all their games. Like you still
like. So are we just saying like there's really no good teams in the country? Is that what we're saying?
Nah, I'm not saying there's no good teams. I'm saying Penn State is overrated and they beat a bunch of bums and they lost to their competition. So Penn State, huh?
I feel like Michigan is overrated.
Now they might be overrated. They might be overrated.
I feel like Ohio State is overrated. I feel
they
like
got easy schedules. The Big Ten got a lot of easy schedules.
They got a lot of easy schedules. Now I feel like the Big 12. The only really solid team out of the Big 12 to me was Oklahoma
and Texas.
And Texas. Yeah. Now, when you step into that SEC, I could take Auburn this season with that worst schedule, that bad schedule that they have, and put them in some of these other conferences. They'll have a better record than what they have now, but they playing in the SEC. The SEC is hard to win in. And I feel like Texas and Oklahoma, that's why Texas is beefing up the way that they are, because they knew that they was going to go into the SEC, where it's not going to be a dominant. They're not going to be as dominant as they were in the Big 12.
I mean, they showing they dominant. You see what they did to Bama, man.
They had 2 years to beef up. They had 2 years to recruit.
I think Oregon is the best explanation. Like we say, if you can't beat the best team in your conference, you're not a good team. So all the teams Oregon beat, they should have beat, right? Besides Washington. Like why they couldn't beat Washington if they're a great team?
Hey Dre, I got a little scenario on that.
Sure.
What was the score? Did they beat them? Did Washington beat Oregon?
No, they beat them by a total of 6 points in 2 games. But it don't matter. Win's a win. But that Oregon Washington thing, Washington thing is wishy-washy. It's wishy-washy.
Hey, Harry. We lost to Arizona by what was it? 3, 7?
Yeah.
Did that matter? By 3.
Did it matter?
So
okay. What did Penn State? What did Penn State do against Michigan?
No, you dominated.
Hold on. Slow down, guys. Let one at a time. Let somebody finish their thought when they start talking. All right. So listen. So Dre, I can come to your defense a little bit because we cannot be like arguing for Coach Prime and saying, "Oh, we only lost by 1 point," and then on the other flip side, we're arguing against the same thing that we're arguing for Coach Prime. That's the same. Like that's what we're doing. Right. So we lost by 1 point. We're saying that we're going to be good in the Big 12, but you're saying that's not good enough. So then how can you make that same argument according to Dre?
He agreed with that, but I might look. So I'm just going off his logic. His logic is that if you can't beat the best team in your conference, you're not.
No. If you can't beat competition, can you beat the competition, the one that's supposed to be on your level?
Let me ask you this: hold on.
You think Delaware is on Penn State's level?
Bro, every team in the country schedule.
Do you think Delaware is on Penn State's level?
Okay, don't.
Do you think that you didn't answer the question? Do you think Delaware is on Penn State level?
That's not even a question. No one's even
okay then. So come on. A lot of teams is not on Penn State level. So when they verse the teams who level they're supposed to be on, they don't win. That's what I'm trying to say.
They lose by 9 points.
That's like if I go beat up on the 5th graders and then I verse some 12th graders and they beat me up. Does that mean I can fight?
That's like that.
Okay then. It's conversation over. It's okay then. I proved it. Come on, man. It's over.
Are you a 12th grader? You didn't establish what you were. You just said.
Yeah, I'm the 12th grader.
Oh, okay.
Hey Harry, is that Iowa's schedule this season?
No, this is Michigan. I mean Penn State.
This is Penn State's 2023 schedule.
So this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go up. I mean, go down.
Go. Okay.
Keep going. Like Iowa. Hold on. Go back to that Iowa.
Right here.
Iowa is not a pushover team. Iowa's not a pushover team.
Iowa's one of them. I don't know. Iowa's. I don't know. That's not even
a point. Like they're in the Big Ten. Like you have no choice but to play them because they're in your division. You can't.
Right.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm saying Penn State.
on.
I'm saying Penn State kills all the ass teams in the Big Ten, and then they verse teams that's supposed to be their level.
That's fine. You can't
Keep
help
going
that because
down,
that's who
Harry.
you play.
Okay, right here.
Oh,
We got
they can help
Northwestern,
and beat
UMass.
Ohio State and Michigan, though.
Right? They lost to Ohio State by 8 points. They had a chance to win that game. Ohio State.
And what happened to Michigan?
Go to Michigan game. Go to the Michigan game.
We right
Michigan ran it down their throats.
9
They didn't even
points.
pass the second half.
9 points.
I don't care what's
not out
not.
of the
First of all,
range.
you got to actually watch the game. Points don't tell everything. You
I'm in the
watch
Big
that
Ten,
game.
bro. I
Michigan
watched the game.
dominated them.
I'm in the Big Ten. I'm in the Big Ten. Right? I'm in the Big Ten. So I watched the game. I watched the entire game. But you act like
And Michigan wasn't dominating them. They wasn't disrespecting them. They kept running it down their throats all day long.
Harry. Hey, listen. Excuse me, guys. Hey, listen. I want to get back to Harry B's point. If Coach Prime wins 10 games in the Big 12, will they continue to move the goalposts for him?
Yes, sir. They will.
I mean, what's the goalpost?
And that was the point, that they're going to continue to do that. But so it doesn't take away from the progress that he would have made winning 10 games or 11 games or 9 games. It's not going to take away the progress. So they're going to continue to throw bones and create potholes anyway for the success of him, because it's him. No matter what CU does, that's been established. It's going to be there. So we should understand that's going to be there and that's going to happen. But it's not going to take away from the success of the program as he continues to build.
Right, because we're gonna be arguing this point not too long from now. If Coach Prime puts a really good product on that field in 2024, and those guys start playing and they start winning, then everybody's going to start having this conversation all over again, asking, well, is Coach Prime really a good coach, or is he just beating on lesser talent?
Yeah, that's exactly what they. Well, he couldn't win in the Pac-12.
Right.
Coach Prime.
That's what they're going to say.
Going to be scrutinized for whatever he does, but
Regardless.
he's built for it. He's built for it. That's the thing. That's what makes a lot of these other people mad, is because he's built for it, and he's not going to allow them to get up under his skin.
So, Flock, question: which one of these teams does Coach Prime have to beat in order for him to be a good coach or to have a good team?
Wax Utah.
We need to beat Utah, Arizona, Kansas State, and Oklahoma State.
Dang, that's running our whole schedule.
Hey, pull up the whole Big 12. Hey, Harry.
He ain't got no room for error.
No, we don't. We don't got no room for error.
Hey, Harry, can you pull up the whole Big 12 conference?
The Big 12 conference?
Yeah.
You mean like their 2023 schedule with Texas?
No, the 20.
Nah. Pull up what the new conference gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Big 12. You mean like TCU and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the Big 12 conference. Give me 1 second. Let me present it right here. Because we're not playing all Big 12 schedule, just so people know.
Right, but you still have to play in the conference championship if you make it. So
all right, so here this is the Big 12, but these are, just keep in mind that there are teams that are leaving.
Yeah, Texas out, Oklahoma out.
Texas and OU out.
It's the Big 12. The Big 12 is Arizona, ASU, Utah, TCU, Colorado. Was that Texas Tech?
Yep, Texas Tech is in there.
Texas Tech, yeah.
Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Iowa State, Cincinnati, West Virginia,
Baylor,
UCF, and I think Baylor. Baylor in there.
Baylor's right.
Baylor in there.
Baylor's in here.
Right.
Yep.
So, the teams they have to beat,
Baylor went 3-9 overall.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. We need to win a lot of them games. I'm not, because those teams look type weak. I'm not gonna lie.
See, we're saying that they're weak because we're coming out of the Pac-12.
Okay, they're not the elite of the
They're
elite.
improving,
Like,
though.
it's not one team that's elite. It's some good teams in there, but it's not no elite teams in the Big 12.
That's
Right.
why I keep saying it's wide
No.
open.
But I feel like that, you know, what's gonna make him like winning some of those games against Utah, Arizona, Kansas State, Texas Tech. We could say that, but I feel like just because he beat them, not gonna make him a great coach. Let's just say that you got a win over that program or over that coach. But being able to recruit, being able to bring in and establish a good team around you of guys who could go out and recruit as well, winning conference championship, making it to bowl games. I feel like that's what's going to make him more of a elite head coach. Because winning against these other people, that don't amount to anything. Let's just say that you won against that program.
Does he become elite if he wins the Natty next year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No,
he'll
because
pull out something
especially in year 2. that makes you elite.
no,
That's
no,
hard
you're
to
not.
do.
No, listen, Coach Prime will not be elite because he's only won one. That's gonna be
they're gonna definitely move the goalpost. They definitely gonna move the goalpost.
Yeah, they're gonna say it was luck and you only won one. You can't.
But at the same time,
he got to repeat before he's elite.
At the same time, to us, he's gonna be elite.
Well, I feel like he can he like I said, he's gonna be scrutinized regardless of what he do.
Regardless,
if he win 10 championships,
they're gonna say he should have won 11.
But he ain't doing that with Cormani starting though. I mean, come on, let's be frank.
God damn.
Like,
hey, come on, Harry. Come on, man. Leave Cormani alone, man. Come on. Hey, listen, but what I'm doing, hey, Harry, you're right. You're right, because I'm starting to do my push-ups now and my curls now to get ready for the fight and all these comments and all the haters and coming after us, during the season and after the season, no matter what the record is. So, I'm beefing up myself to get ready to counteract some of the comments and statements that are going to be made.
They said year 2 Natty will be a fluke in the comments.
Yeah. See,
this the thing. It probably would be a fluke in the old playoff setup, but in a 12-team playoff setup, that ain't no fluke.
You have to go through.
That's not no fluke.
Yeah, because you can get beat by one of these teams playing each other. And like you said, the SEC, the Southeastern Conference, they're playing each other. So guess what? If you got one loss under your belt, now you got a harder argument. You got to now make an argument for getting in. If somebody is undefeated, you see what I'm saying? If somebody has the strength of schedule and they get in undefeated, bruh, if your schedule is weak but you're SEC, you don't get in because somebody.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but like Flock said a couple of days ago, the way this portal thing is panned out, and you're not gonna see Alabama's or Georgia's just running the tables like we've been seeing in the past years. Teams are gonna have losses. I can't see no team in the SEC going undefeated next season.
That's a fact.
Not one.
They're playing each other now, like you said.
Ole Miss might go undefeated.
Who?
Ole Miss stacking up.
Man, they gonna get their ass bench pressed.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss
gonna get bench pressed. They gonna get bench pressed.
Ole Miss ain't no. Ole Miss
they gonna get big. They can pick up. They can pick up Nolan, Juice Wells, all them dudes. They still gonna get bench pressed. I already see it.
We'll see.
Ole Miss can't be consistent enough to say that.
They gonna find a way to lose. I already see.
But I'm saying, but I think they're consistent with like on the defensive end, on the defensive side. They beefing that up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they've been more consistent on recruiting as well. But to look across that field at Nick Saban on a Saturday down there in Alabama, it's gonna be a rival game, but I can't see it.
I'm just excited they're playing each other. That's the only thing that I had about the Pac-12. That
you know why they playing each other now? Because they able to it. So now it's not only 4 teams that can get in. So now they can afford to lose now. That's why they playing each other.
That's
The only
great.
team they don't even play Bama. They
Who
play,
don't play Bama? Ole Miss?
No, they don't play Bama.
Or they play Georgia?
They play Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, so they
I
they
think
got some
Texas
games there.
got Georgia too.
Yeah, they play Georgia.
And then Georgia and Bama play in the season this year. They
Why
they
was
play
that?
in the season.
Why was that never a rule where these teams or these big conferences had to play each other? Why is it like?
They want to make their teams look good.
Yeah, but how come the other teams didn't have the fortitude to even think, hey, let's not play each other? Because guess what? We're gonna be one team, one lost teams, two lost teams come that selection, and we're
What's the
gonna be
name?
out.
What's the name? Georgia was supposed to play Oklahoma this year. They took them off the schedule.
Smartly. I mean, it makes sense to not put somebody on your schedule.
But they also versed Chattanooga. Come on now, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they schedule though, because
they schedule to get easy wins to get up in there.
They
So like I think like
these high school teams, their schedule was so freaking weak. I was like, what the heck? I'm new to this, but
there's no reason the SEC school should be versing a non-name brand school. That shouldn't be. It just
doesn't make sense. But so every other conference is going to be weak except the SEC. And for Coach Brown to get to where he needs to get to, he needs to win that natty and be one of these SEC teams. That's what we're saying.
To be elite, yeah, to be elite.
So is it guaranteed that the SEC will be in the natty every year?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say every year the way the portal is going and kids are able to transfer out the way that they're able to, but it's gonna be hard for teams to beat one of them teams out of the SEC, man. Just because, like the gentleman was saying earlier, Nick Saban, they stacked, man. These schools are stacked with talent.
So do y'all
to
think
compete
like Leicester,
every year?
Is Leicester the third or Charles Leicester the third with Flip, or is he trolling?
Trolling.
I don't know. I haven't looked into Buddy.
Who's Charles Lester? What is he? What is he
I
about?
think he's a Florida State commit, maybe.
Yeah,
he's a cornerback.
Cornerback.
He's a QB or CB?
Cornerback, CB.
CB.
Oh, okay. So is he a Travis Hunter type or what? Or Cormani?
I didn't watch none of his films, so I can't really tell you too much on him.
I mean, he's like 5'11". I mean, he's not like huge. Like, I mean, he's just like I think he's a Florida boy too. So I mean, I just think he's just like one of the best defensive backs in Florida. Like, I mean, CU was in his top 3. Like, I think it came down to CU and Florida State.
So he's a top 3 corner, like in the country?
No, I wouldn't. I don't know about that. I mean,
I guess coming out of high school, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's ranked high, but I mean, so was Cormani. He was getting cooked too. So I mean,
wait, we talking about a high
Travis
school
was
kid,
ranked high. He was getting cooked too. So what are we talking about?
We talking about a high school kid?
Oh, they always can get cooked. Yeah, he's in high
gets
school.
Cooked.
Oh, he's a high school kid. I'm not
bullish
on high school kids. Man, high school kids, I'm not bullish because they're coming from mama. Mama, I don't know, man. When these kids come from mama, can't trust it. My mind is on top 12, like the whole time. We're going to a new conference. Coach Brown needs
we need to win that conference, man. That top, forget that top. We need to win that conference. That's how we get our bid in. We need that.
That's fine.
We need that bye week.
We're going to Big 12. We need to get in the top 12. And we need to win.
Man, we need that. We need to win the conference so we can get that bye week. That's what we need to do. We need that bye week. That's what make it an easier path.
We win the conference, we're in.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we're doing it with high school players. Not by a long stretch. We need experience because when the tough gets going, those high school students don't have the experience to get.
Man, there's some high school dogs out there though. You can't never put it past. There's some kids out there that football is their only option.
That's talent. I'm talking about experience to win games. That's talent. We're talking about experience. Experience will always trump talent. You need experience. If you
not all the time. Not all the time.
If you got talent and experience, because the game is coming down. The game is coming down to the wire, right? We need people not to be making boneheaded mistakes. We need people not to be making these silly mistakes like, oh, you're gonna push somebody because you don't understand what's happening. So when you have that experience, you already know what time it is. What we need to do to lock in to win this game. It ain't going to be no high school students that's leading that charge. It's going to be somebody that's already been there, that knows that environment, that knows what's happening. When somebody's getting in your ear the entire game, somebody's been in your ear from start. They know how to push your low buttons. You need that experience to pull this game through to just win by 1, 2, or 3 points. You think those high school students are going to lead us there? I don't think so.
You never know. Seaton going to be one of our big starters, so he's going to lead also. Left tackle, biggest position on the line.
Seaton's a celebrity. I don't trust it. Seaton's a celebrity right now. I don't
well, get used to that celebrity protecting. Get used to that celebrity protecting Shador's blind side.
If I see it, then I'll be like, yo, I'll be his number one fan if I see it happening. But I can't trust no celebrities because Kwamani let me down. I'm hurt.
Travis and Shador, the biggest celebrities on the team. What you talking about?
Kwamani hurt my feelings. I think I'm still in my feelings with Kwamani letting me down.
Listen, we were because of the film, because of the film and the media that CU does, we were able to see things that freshmen 5-stars go through. There's a growing, instead of them saying, well, he's a little nicked up and he can't play, we're going to try him out to see if, and, instead of hearing things like that and excuses because they haven't made their grade yet, we were able to see it firsthand that, hey, this guy is not sticking to the plan. And
what
he had some, I'm talking about Kamari. He still had some old habits to break and some new ones to gain.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, he got to break home. So those Wild Dog, what is Wild Dog talking about? I don't even know what. I agree with you when it comes to like breaking old habits, and that's why I think, what I'm saying, they gotta be brought in to understand, hey man, you can't do this, you can't do that. Komani's gonna have more experience now, so he's gonna be one of those OGs now that's gonna be helping the young boys. Hey man, go watch tape. Go. Let's watch tape together. Like, why they not having like, what I'm saying, like understanding of, hey man, when you come in to improve, to consistently improve, you got to follow what Coach Prime is saying because he's been there. But if you don't listen, man, you're one of those knuckleheads, then we're gonna be seeing well-off media videos showing you as a knucklehead and Coach Prime yelling at you and not putting you in the game. Because we know if you don't watch tape and you don't practice, Coach Prime is not gonna play you. If you don't play like you're gonna if you don't practice like you're gonna play, we will understand why you're not playing. Either you're a knucklehead or you're not practicing well.
That's right.
That comes with these young boys. Not really understanding what needs to happen. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey Harry, I want to take a look at the schedule, CU's schedule for next year.
All right, I'm gonna put it on the screen. There you go.
Game 1, trap game, North Dakota State. I think they won their national championship this year.
No, they didn't.
They were undefeated?
No, they lost in a championship game. They lost to Montana.
Oh, that's right.
But they lost their head coach too. So I mean, you don't know what.
Oh, we got them. If they lost their head coach and lost that championship game, forget about it. That's the one win for CU.
Hey, I would say regardless if they,
Me too.
I wouldn't care if they had their head coach or not. Like, I'm looking at the fact that you got to come to. You have to. I think that game is played. Yeah, they got to come to CU. Like, they got to come to that environment, that loud crowd, and I just feel like CU got a point to prove in 2024. I feel like everybody understands, especially the ones from last season. They understand the assignment. So yeah. I feel like they're going to give North Dakota more than what they want.
For real.
And
better.
The same goes with Nebraska because Nebraska is the enemy. So the same goes with Nebraska, and then we got beef with Colorado State now. So
yes,
that's the same narrative. Yeah. So those
the
first 3 games are must wins. The first 3 games are must wins.
Nebraska's gonna be tough. That one's gonna be.
We're gonna win that game because we got problems with them, and
Why
then
would
now
you
we
say
got
that?
problems with Colorado State. So North Dakota, the first game of the season, we got to make a statement. We can't take an L the first game of the season. Nebraska, because they're red, we don't like red, and then they're the rival. So, and then we got Colorado State where Coach Prime, he's talking about Coach Prime. It's going to be personal again. All right. So you hurt Travis Hunter, you put him out the game. It's going to be a problem, bro.
Those guys were playing dirty, man.
Yeah. First 3 games are must-win games.
Convincing. We need to win convincing.
Nebraska's going to be tough. That one's going to be a tough one.
That's going to be an easy game for us.
Why you say that? Nah, it's gonna be tough, man. On
Well,
the road.
it's at Nebraska.
On the road,
It's gonna be an easy game for us because listen, I think Nebraska is one of those teams that we beat, like, you know, we beat decisively. And
Well, it depends on that quarterback play.
but guess what? We're bringing in a new line, and our defense is going to be much tougher. That's going to be an easy game for us. I'm telling you.
Case, I mean, if that's the case, no, who's worried about Colorado State?
We're worried about Colorado State because you got to be worried about the guy with nothing to lose.
Yeah,
that's how they came in.
They lost one of the Brown kid who was killing us last year.
We said they lost Kamara, right? That Liberian kid that was
he graduated, but they lost the receiver Brown of 4th. Like, he was killing us. He entered the transfer portal, and then they also lost that tight end.
Right.
No, I think that receiver's staying.
The receiver will stand, but
Horton, he's staying.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the other receiver, Brown of 4th.
Horton was the one that had 15 catches on us.
Yeah, but what did Brown have? Brown had a good game too.
But Horton had 15 catches on us. He was the one really killing us.
No one's talking about Horton. We're talking about the Brown kid who did.
Horton is the better of the two, though.
No one's comparing it. Who's better, bro? We're just saying.
I'm saying though that Brown kid not their biggest loss.
Okay, but he's a complement piece. So if he killed us last year and he's not there, and you only relying on Horton, now we can zero in on Horton.
The reason why the killers is not going to be the same reason. So he's not going to be a killer.
But we also got to realize what's coming out of transfer portal.
Say that again.
We have to also consider what pieces they're getting out of the transfer portal.
That's right. They're recruiting. We're recruiting. I think we're number one in the transfer portal, so we're definitely ahead of them in recruiting and getting the better pieces as far as our ranking is concerned.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we gotta respect what they're doing. But I think it's gonna be a game that we win. We're gonna win this time around. It's gonna be a decisive win. I think a lot more of our games this year coming up, the 2024 season, are going to be more decisive wins this next time.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. So if you look at the stats last year, Torrey Horton, 16 for 133, Lewis Brown the 4th, 10 for 131. And then the tight end had 6 for 109. You're losing both Brown and you losing that receiver, and you're losing a tight end. So homie did the Lewis Brown, he did a number on us, 10 for 131. He cooked us.
But the reason why he cooked us, did he cook us after Travis Hunter left, or did he cook us?
He was cooking the whole game. He was cooking the whole game. He was getting whatever he want.
Because what quarter did Travis leave?
Third.
No, it wasn't that late. It was earlier than that.
There wasn't like second quarter he was out.
No, it was the second half. The second half he was out.
Okay.
Because they took him to the lock. I think they took him to the emergency room at halftime.
Oh yeah, he was out of there. So Coach Prime got some dogs, guys. We got to wrap this up. We are all set. Coach Prime is getting some dogs. This is not going to be no pushover team. So whatever the narrative they want to spin, whether we got just regular Joes or not, we all agree that Coach Prime is getting some decent players that's going to translate, hopefully, right?
I agree with you.
I agree.
All right, so everybody agrees. Tomorrow, I'm gonna bring a whole new set of problems. If y'all want to come on, I will appreciate y'all coming on. So it's gonna get tougher and tougher from here on out.
I can't debunk.
Okay, it ain't gonna be nice because I'm coming with stats tomorrow. So,
you might as well stay up all night and do your research.
Oh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of research, but I'm gonna bring it tomorrow. So, hey guys, I appreciate you calling in. Have a wonderful day, gentlemen.
Most definitely. Likewise.
Nah, you're ready.
All right, take care. Peace.
All right.
All right, guys, so that is all that I have for you today on today's show on the TLP Live at noon. That is all that I have for you. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're getting a lot from these conversations that we're having. Don't be afraid to add your voice to the conversation by taking down the email. I will see you guys on the next show, guys. Hey, man, you know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club. Take care, guys. Brah. Peace.